Good evening.
Everywhere I go on this island, it seems to me I find degeneracy.
Watch a few movies, take a few notes. See, it's a lot scarier when there's no motive, Sid.
We have a bargain.
Watch a few movies, take a few notes.
Do you feel the pain? Always fear. Pain, I can assure you, will be exquisite.
Watch a few movies, take a few notes.
His entire work consists of violence, all the time. Obsessed with the issue of violence, mayhem, gouging out of eyes, autopsies on the stage.
Come. It is time to keep your appointment.
Good evening, everyone, and inadvertent Dean Cain watchers. I hope you're well. We are here finishing the Demonising Dixie arc. Only 3 parts, but we have got 4 films in it for you. Covering tonight, Wrong Turn from 2003 and its complete fake remake from 2021, about which I have a very tinfoil theory. But the first thing that we do have to note is it's not a remake. Not a remake at all. When we have a remake, I'm sorry, I want my my funny games. That's what I want. Or I'm blanking on him, but the guy who remade Psycho, who did it? Who disgraced themselves?
Oh,
You know the one.
Yeah. Oh
Gay
God, what was it?
director.
Oh, I was thinking of the actor, Vince Vaughn. Is that the one you're talking
Vince
about?
Vaughn, yeah, that one. It's Gus Van Sant. There we go. Oh, hello, Yiz. Yiz is here. Oh, Yiz, can I tell you how bad we have felt covering this without an actual Southerner on here? I hope we do you justice here. We've been doing our best.
Yeah, Murgoot is supposed to be here this evening, but he is so loving his time with Will Stansel. He just can't pull himself away.
Stansel is what was that last message Murgoot sent us? Stansel's worked out the field tools, but he's slacking and won't quit his hollering.
I think
I'm not following it really. Yeah. Yes. Well, very glad you made it. Yes.
Do you know, part of me thinks that Murgoot actually is intentionally not showing up just so that we can keep this whole Will Stansel thing going. I mean, it is true. It's absolutely happening. Murgoot is totally absolutely going full. Was it Cat? No, what's her name from bloody? Oh my God, I can't even know. It's completely escaped from me.
Gus Van Sant?
What's it called? Oh, bloody hell! No, not The Shining.
Silence of the Lambs.
No, it's the woman hobbling the author.
Oh, Misery.
Misery, thank you. Oh my
There
God. Wow. I'm getting old, chap. I'm getting very, very old. It's just slipping through my fingers, this brain matter. It's a good thing I'm wearing headphones. It keeps it in. Otherwise, it would just be leaking all over the place.
Yeah. Ooh. I just saw he is appreciative of Deliverance and Jason X. Yeah. Oh man, we should have had you here for this, man. Yes, that is my bad. But,
almost indeed, Lawrence. Almost indeed.
Shall we? Maybe we'll do Misery next week. But I don't know. I was thinking maybe like the Human Centre Stansel.
Yeah.
Human Stansel.
Yeah, it's actually a Murgoot production.
Yeah, we could go there.
He called it. Did he call it a found footage film?
I think so.
I suppose it's not really found footage because it's not technically lost. He's sort of
he's building up his archive in 4K.
Yeah.
He
sent us pictures of the studio.
Yeah,
and I have to tell you that sort of that dentist style chair that he's got with the stirrups and the chains. It's I mean,
it's very retro. I think.
Yeah, that Will's a very freaky guy, and he's also got a tape record. Like he's got an old boombox in the corner as well. and he said that he's recording. Like, he wants to go like old school, like he wants to blend the old with the new, and so he's got a personal recording that he plays to Will before each session. I think he called it
sessions. Yeah.
Mm.
Teletubbies theme like was played in Iraq.
Yeah, or Barney the dinosaur at Guantanamo Bay.
That's what I'm thinking of. Barney the dinosaur. Well, what a fun way to start the stream. Well, I guess you could say we took a wrong turn there, TCG.
Way.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Well, before we get into it, we are on YouTube. You know what we got to do. I've got Americans who chastise me rightly if I don't do it, if I'm way too English. So we will do a very quick shill, which is simply to say that if you want to support the work on this channel, and many of you wonderful people do, you can send a little super chat or join just like Lawrence did this week, getting in first. He's been beaten to the first post a few times, but he got in there swiftly this time and made sure his reputation could be restored. I also see Mr. GB there. Very good to see you, Mr. GB. I hope you are doing well. I really do. So you can send a super chat. Those are very welcome. You can also join as a member either here or on Subscribestar. Links are in the description. And if you do that, you will get exclusive content. For instance, we recently released our Halloween Resurrection commentary with the visuals from the film for members. Wasn't sure I'd get that past YouTube censors, but we made sure that that channel members got to see it. So there you go. That I think. Oh, and one other thing. Scream 7 comes out tomorrow. I have an unhealthy interest in that series. So just a little treat for you. I will be doing a quick stream on Saturday after I've seen it tomorrow. So be there for a bonus Saturday stream. There we go. That's everything from me. But what about yourself, TCG?
Well, chat, you need to do the honourable thing and go and subscribe to my second channel. It was previously That Crime Guy Live, and we did some freaking Florida Man Fridays, but mostly gaming stuff over there. Stopped for a couple of years and did everything on the main channel, but I've now brought it back stronger than ever. It's now TCG's Gaming Emporium. Last night, we finished off a live walkthrough of Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation, released in 1998. My version, though, was the Master Collection Volume 1, which I played on the Switch. I hadn't actually played Metal Gear Solid before streaming it, if you will. And I have to say, I really regret waiting nearly 30 years to play it. However, tomorrow night, we will be back over on TCG's Gaming Emporium, where we will continue the journey of Solid Snake, where we will be playing Metal Gear Solid 2, a game I am actually familiar with and have played. So don't keep me waiting.
Nice.
Go and subscribe.
Yes. Go for it. Go for it, guys. Go over. Lawrence's comment took us from gamer words to actual gamers.
Yes. I don't know, man. It's talking about people with Tourette's really makes me think of video games. I don't know why.
I've just seen Yiz has given us Yiz says she doesn't like Halloween after the third one. Well, Yiz, I don't know if you planned this, but do you know who wrote the fourth one, the very first one after you stopped liking them? I don't know. I'm waiting for chat to come.
Yeah,
it's one Alan B. McElroy, two of whose films we are covering tonight. He wrote both of these movies.
Oh,
I
you're
am
shit!
serious.
No way.
I'm not even joking. Like I say, I don't know if you set me up with this one, but yeah, literally the guy who wrote Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers, wrote both Wrong Turn 2003 and Wrong Turn 2021.
How the hell did he get it so wrong the second time?
You may also be interested to know that he wrote a couple of the WWF films. The The Marine
I like
4
that film.
and the original The Marine. There you go.
I've
With
watched
John Cena.
Yep, I've watched the original. It's really weird though, because they said he was in the film, but I didn't see him at all during the film. But no,
Even I see what you did there.
but I actually, do you know, fun fact, I have seen the film, and I also own the book of The Marine.
The book of The Marine.
That's how much I like it, and it does have John Cena on the front cover. You talk about coincidences, though, Yiz. I just want to quickly give a shout out to Rob Grant, who was one of the creators of Red Dwarf. Me and my wife were actually sitting down watching the Promised Land, which was the like feature length episode, the last one I think they've done. And I opened up X just for a brief moment, and I saw Craig Charles, the guy who played Lister, announced that literally just a couple of hours ago that he sadly passed away today.
Really?
Yeah,
My
yeah. Like
goodness.
literally sitting there watching his show, and he passed away. So, you know, thank you, Rob, and Doug Naylor as well for an amazing TV show.
The Grant Naylor team was pretty amazing in like their output.
Yeah,
I know they went their separate ways, but yeah,
but they
kudos to them very much.
I tell you what, the latter seasons I thought were going to be a bit poor, but they were some of the best episodes of Red Dwarf that I'd watched outside of the early seasons. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly say that as well. Absolutely shocking. Rest in peace, man. Thank you for a great show. And
hey, good he's going out on a bit of a high. Good on you. I haven't seen him myself, but I will trust your word on it. Thank you, Distant Night, sending in 10 Aussie dollars. Very much appreciated. Oh no. In the Stancil edition of Taming of the Shrew, Murgoot is in the place of the baby sun. Shining ever will, Mer sun never sets. Actually, a weirdly classy comment about a rather horrible scenario that we maybe... I don't know how to feel about that one, Distant Night, but I am very grateful for the super chat. Thank you. And of course, we know the best Taming of the Shrew is, of course, the 10 Things I Hate About You version. We love a bit of Heath Ledge around here, more like Heath Legend, am I right? Hey,
absolutely.
Moving on. I did enjoy that genuinely, though. I try and keep it quiet, except for that weird bit where Julia Stiles dances to Biggie's Hypnotize out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like it really doesn't fit her character at all. It's very weird. Very weird.
No.
Yeah. Thank you again, folks. Thank you. Well, TCG, I find myself a bit unsure how to approach this. These are very different films. I would suggest we sort of go one for one on it, just sort of in turn, if you're okay.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What was it they said in the second film? Like, what do we do next? Well, the next decision is the most important one.
Yes. Then just decide on the next move.
That's it.
And also a cheeky reference to going home, having pizza, and watching inbred cannibal movies.
Yeah.
That.
I loved how the first film as well. We will get into it, no doubt. But I do like how the first film very, very quickly referenced Deliverance. I was like, hang on a minute.
It didn't it? It didn't waste any time.
Yeah. Because I've watched the film courtesy of this wonderful channel, which you should all be subscribing to and supporting as much as you possibly can. I now get the reference. I've seen the film now. I know what he's talking about.
It's interesting that like it's very clearly, it makes that reference. I also got huge Hills Have Eyes vibes from this.
Oh, big time. Massively. Although, when did the Hills Have Eyes come out? I'm talking specifically about the remake, because I know obviously the 70s version.
Oh, you're putting me on blast here, TCG, but I'm going to say 77. It's surprisingly early. I want to say 7. Yeah, I'm going to check that now.
Yeah, that and the remake. I'm trying to think, because I'm pretty sure I feel like the remake came
77 in one. You love to see it. Sorry, that make you happy about that.
If you've caught the channel for the first time on the replay, right? This high level knowledge of horror is exactly why you should be hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel.
Oh,
not my low IQ.
You shill wonderfully. You shill wonderfully. And we love the takes. You like, don't do yourself down, man. Yeah, this is 2003, based off 77. Now the remake is 2006 or 5. I always get that wrong. So this definitely comes first, and like the interaction between this and that, like my craziness. I don't have a screen cap of it, and I want to say massive thanks to Distant Night, who actually sent in the screen caps for Wrong Turn, which was for this one, which is extremely helpful. Thank you so much, genuinely.
Yeah,
I was pressed tonight.
I saw that he was dropping them in my Discord earlier.
Yeah,
so that's
Ledge.
You're a legend, sir.
Extremely helpful.
Hang on a minute. How do you have someone working for you and they still pay you?
I have high-level capitalism.
Unlike the
small
dude
hat voodoo, I don't know.
Unlike the dude from the refake.
I have a dream that everybody works and everybody shares.
We will get to that guy. This is maybe a bit too autistic, but did you even notice for the credits for this, the intro credits, they give you, it's basically a less polished version of the Hills Have Eyes remake credits. You know, you got sort of scratchiness, you've got close-up photos of deformities, a few newspaper shots, you know, exact same elements that are in the Hills Have Eyes remake from 2 years later.
Oh, okay.
Just something I noticed.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
You're far too normal. You're normal and balanced. You, if you want to know how sad I am, I was like, I said to waifu. Now, of course, these Wrong Turn credits are very clearly based off the credits in 7 from 1995, and somehow she's still with me. I don't know. It's an actual human conversation, just repeating horror movie credit design to me.
Actually, Mr. Jenny Benevolent has rightly chastised me here because he essentially is my marketing manager, and he still pays me.
It's next level capitalism. What can I say?
Absolutely, it's like the art of the deal. I haven't read the book, but I feel like I know where it
by
goes.
Paul Kagami. Yeah. I love those edits. Oh man.
Oh no, wait a minute. I'm thinking of The Art of War, Sun Tzu.
Yes, depict your enemy as a soy jack.
Yeah. I don't do that horror show. My liquid TCG and Proper Chew employees are the chaddest of chads. They have to deal with spiders the size of small homes. So of course, they are big energy guys.
Of course. Lawrence is asking about Creep. I don't remember that one as well, but Creep was 2004 if we're talking about the Christopher Smith one, which you obviously would be. So I think they like that. That is a similar vibe. But I just noticed that.
Jason X did it though as well. If you think about it, the whole was it like the autopsy? The autopsy? Were they doing an autopsy?
Oh right. I was just thinking of the credit sequence because they did like the those close-ups of deformity photos. Like you get in like a weird old textbook. That's what I'm thinking of.
Gotcha.
So they will use that. So reference Deliverance, but obviously takes a fair bit of a cue from Hills Have Eyes. It's an odd production. It's a very odd production. It did not have like the biggest budget, but then we don't massively expect that from a horror movie. But it had, low, I would say relatively mid-status director, standard trade screenwriter. This wasn't meant to be a big blockbuster. It was just meant to go out and fit in the horror schedule. I mean, Eliza Dushku, probably the biggest name at the time. She had just come off Buffy, and she was a Fox star on True Calling. But this was meant to be sort of mid-tier range. Okay. Something I found really interesting about when it comes out, though, 2003. It is just before you get horror sort of swerving into those like big directions of the remakes and the J horror adaptations and the torture porn. It's like it's getting in there just before those big swerves that take over horror for years. So in a way, it feels kind of refreshing, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I was going to say, I was going to say something, but it's oh yeah. You talk about Eliza Dushku being the biggest name. One of the names that stood out to me though was Desmond Harrington.
Yes,
who's the male sort of lead for the film. For those who may not be aware, but he was in Dexter. He played the character Quinn, who actually did sort of cameo briefly in the Dexter Resurrection series that came out last year. So it was really cool to see. It was really cool to see him in this film. Well, I completely forgot he was in this, and unlike the refake, which obviously came out a few years ago, I hadn't seen that, but this one I watched quite a few times. I had it on DVD back in the day. Yeah, it was quite an easy go-to horror film to watch if I was a bit stuck for pickings, basically.
Yeah, I think easy viewing is a very good description of it. This was actually, I think, this was a first watch for me.
Oh,
surprisingly,
wow, okay.
surprisingly,
Wow.
I just never got around to it until this. And yeah, I might have a rather unflattering take on it, but before we do that, I feel we should probably give a quick pint of Guinness summary. Although, having said it references Deliverance and is based on the Hills of Eyes, it's probably going to give people quite a clue as to what happens. But could I beg a pint of Guinness summary from you, TCG, on Wrong Turn 2003?
Yeah, I mean it's actually quite a simple plot, really. Desmond Harrington's character is driving for I think it's like an interview or something, and he has to take a detour after there's a bit of a traffic build up. And as he's driving down these back roads, he crashes into another car, which is full of which has got 4, 5, 6 teenagers, I think.
It's kind of like a clown car, but full of horny teenagers.
Yeah,
Sorry,
6 of them.
Characters in their early 20s, I think.
Yes. And so they together decide to go through the forests to try and find somewhere where they could call in to get their cars recovered, basically. And as they quickly find out that they are not alone in the woods. There are a band of Hills of Eyes-esque individuals who like Long Pig.
Yes, they do, and give us some quite graphic detail of it. There we go. There's a nice one. They put effort into that shot. We should reward it.
Yeah.
It gets pretty bloody, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, it is 6 because there's 2 groups. There's
there's the
no,
horny
there's 5. There's
druggies
5. There is 5.
and the comedy ones.
Yes.
By the way, what was up with like where I've got a screen cap of her. I have many screen caps because we're covering 2. Where is she? There we go, chat. You can. Her and her boyfriend. Can I assume no one is hugely interested in her boyfriend?
No. He was so uninteresting. He got an off-screen kill.
Very, very uninteresting. I'm going to say. She, there's some stuff to like, but they've crashed the car. Everyone goes off. She's got about 2 minutes, and then they're just smoking some of the devil's lettuce. And then he's being kind of nonsensical. And then she just decides to slob him off against the front of the car.
As you do. Well, they've got nothing else better to do.
I don't know, man. Doesn't seem very satisfying, Like,
well, for her, maybe.
I'm just saying they're alone in the woods. might be running low on water. It's a hot day. She's going to be, thirsty, dehydrated, with just a mouth tasting like I don't know. Maybe I'm a prude. I didn't understand it. It's it reeked a bit of the a studio production meeting. Like, we need nudity 15 minutes into the film.
I didn't mind that.
You
I mean,
didn't-
it wasn't even that. I mean, it wasn't even like, obviously it wasn't graphic.
I
or anything,
just
but-
thought time and a place.
Well, that was a time and that was a place. So why not? Who knows when our friends are going to come back? When are we going to get another opportunity like this? They think to themselves.
I found in the trivia that this is the only entry in the series to not feature nudity, but it was originally
really?
planned that this would have a little bit more. I think from the campers in the sort of prologue, and possibly
Okay.
these guys were due to do a little more, but cooler heads prevailed.
Damn those cool heads.
Yeah, I know family show wifey. I was trying to set standards because as you know, I was appalled by that scene. Disney sent in $5. Thank you very much. Saying Proper Chew has besmirched the virtue of her name. Hadn't seen it. Shame. Forgetting is not the same. Hey. I don't. I'm unusually interested in this stuff. I'm not the queen of horrors.
Don't worry, I still haven't seen The Shining, and I still haven't watched Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So
See,
yeah, you still have the high ground for now.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. Anyway, these guys are, speaking of high ground, they are high and grounded. They're going along. They're off one by one, exactly as you say. We find out inbred cannibals are picking them off, and I noticed, like, in contrast to the Hills Have Eyes remake credits, and I'm sorry to bring the credits up again, but their credits were like, hey, there was a nuclear test, and it was like there was a nuclear test going on, and that's giving you like the backstory of why these guys were in this remote area. You started to piece it together just through those newspaper clips. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Even if they had a scene that went over it again. In this one, it was just sort of inbreeding causes mutations, and then lots of photos of the mutations. I was like, huh, yeah, I got that.
Oh yeah, after doing 5 live streams of Metal Gear Solid where the word genes is said so unbelievably often, it's etched into my brain. It's kind of like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I
Then I know where this one's gone.
Yeah, A70C, very good to see you. Very good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. Hope you well.
Hello.
Yes. I'm going to throw this out there. Like, people have got the rough idea that the couple's getting picked off. There's a kind of weird hint of that, like, there's some good set pieces as the survivors try and escape the inbred cannibals. Definitely some good suspenseful sequences. There's a weird section where there's like oh my god, is Desmond Harrington gonna kiss Eliza Dushku when they're in the waterfall? Like, there was a really weird scene, where it just seemed like, oh, should we hint romance at these two?
Yeah.
Like, they're kind of just in the middle of escaping from, like, she's just seen her friends massacred, and she just suddenly seems to realize, oh, I should probably drop some backstory, having said absolutely nothing about who they are or why they're here up to this point.
Again, I'm going to keep bringing up, I'm Metal Gear Solid brained at the moment. So that to me was more believable than when Grey Fox is explaining his background to Snake, whilst the Metal Gear Rex is stomping around the background, firing off missiles and firing off like machine gun rounds. And they're just sort of standing in one spot casually, just yammering away. I'm thinking, yeah, okay. Wrong turns bit is more believable. Also, I'm going to call you out. Lawrence said that you're ignoring his anti-DK posts. I won't, though. He said for
He's absolutely right. I did miss one. I'm very sorry, Lawrence.
He said for £2.09, I'm just glad DK finally decided to show up.
There it is.
Well, Lawrence, show up to my streams because Dissident Night also resides around there as well. And I need your subscribers. I need your subscriptions, people. I'm trying to get to 500. So get there and get there quickly.
Indeed.
Come on.
Go it. TCG's Gaming Emporium. Get over there.
Yes.
And thank you again, Lawrence. I'm sorry I missed that one. I was talking about filthy stuff that I should have just been glossing.
You got distracted. You got distracted.
I did. Yeah, so these are focused in Appalachia, as people have noted. I'm going to throw this out there, TCG, and I am somewhat rushing it because I know we have a whole other film, and I will confess, a film I am, a film I maybe have a bit more like that I'm desperate to get into, but this one felt to me, I'm not going to say it's bad, but I'm going to throw out here, it's very forgettable.
Yeah, but also no. I think it's very rewatchable. As I say, it's a very simple story. You don't need to, again, you don't need to activate the neurons to enjoy this. I would say though that the sequels to this film are far more forgettable and are far lower in quality. Well, I say that. I think I've seen two. I think I've seen Wrong Turn 2.
This
don't
is like
know.
with the Halloweens, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just get into a big like, is that 4 or 5? Is that or is it 6? When does the dwarf druid come in? You know,
God.
I don't blame you. Yeah,
I don't know. I like this film. As I say, it's not a complex film. It's not trying to build. I don't even know if they were really trying to build a like a franchise of films when this one came out. I don't know if that was ever the intention. But I thought it was a solid first installment.
Yeah, it was like a quick tribute. I guess it felt very empty to me. And I go back and forth on this, like, because a lot of the times a film will sort of pad its stuff with trying to give you character backstory that feels like padding, and it's characters you don't really care about. Or there are sort of excessive contrivances that don't really work. This film, to its great credit, wastes basically no time whatsoever. It's 84 minutes long. 84. It's zipping along. Basically, once they meet the hillbillies, it's
game on.
Yeah, it doesn't really waste any time at all.
No.
So that's to its credit. But at the same time, I think you've got some pretty decent actors here, and you've got the Stan Winston studio. And I don't know, it feels like there's, with those nice set pieces, I don't know, man. It feels like it should have a bit more weight to it, you know?
I don't know. I honestly felt like it was. I honestly felt like pacing wise, it was cool. I think that I wouldn't have liked it to have dragged out. I think if it was a longer film, I feel like it would have. It definitely would have dragged. I mean, because it's quite a limited environment. You know, the woods. I mean, how much stuff can really happen, or like, could you really incorporate into a film in the woods? I suppose you could do a lot. I'm trying to justify it here, but you know, it's out the way. It's isolated. I think you sort of talk about the emptiness. I think that aids to its. I think that works in its favor, because, yeah, as I say, you know, the emptiness equals isolation. You know, there's no help for miles around. You're up against people that, you know, were born and raised in this environment. You know, these people are a huge disadvantage, and I think there's more to be invested in with these characters. I actually think, look, Eliza Dushku, man, I would absolutely simp for her every single day of the week because she's brilliant in Buffy, and I think she was great in this. But the characters that I was actually most invested in were actually the two characters behind, because there was an arc there. You know, they were engaged, they were gonna, you know, they were to be, they wanted to get married, and then make you tell her that, you know, they reassure each other, we're going to get you out, we're going to get out, we're going to do this, you know. You're thinking, yeah, you want them to get out, you know, you want them to survive, and then they don't.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, I really wish like they got out. And also the death of the woman in the blue vest was very reminiscent of My Bloody Valentine.
Yes.
And I feel like My Bloody Valentine went full homage there for this one. It was pretty much the same.
I would think so. I think so. Actually, since you mentioned Eliza Dushku, obviously we know best from Buffy, but I just thought, TCG, did you get a good look at her chest?
Are you trying to catch me out here?
Yeah, look. Here we go again. Look. Now I want you to just focus on the chest.
Okay.
Now, what do you see?
I see. Is that a cicada? Cicadia?
No. It's you're looking at exactly the right thing. It's a little Albanian symbol.
Oh,
It's a double-headed eagle from Albania.
Okay. 70 Sue, don't answer.
70 Sue far off. She knows my nonsense. Yeah, this is a little tribute to Albania that Dushku did because she is, of course, heritage Albanian and gained her Albanian citizenship.
Oh wow!
The Aquila. Oh, brilliant! You got it. Yes, he is. Got it and named it properly. Well done.
Is she still active in the film? Like in filming?
Good question. No, she retired. She retired around 2017, but moved into more of a producing role. Quite interesting. So she had a bit of I don't know how much of this you want from me, but I was looking into a backstory today. You may have remembered there was a story went round this year about basically accusations against a stunt coordinator for being a bit Haribo with her when she was 12 on True Lies.
Oh, yeah. Jesus, wow.
And then she had further problems with typical Hollywood sexual harassment in a number of other places, including one of the sort of last things that she did.
Wow.
A show called Bull, I believe. And that was, I'm going to about 2017 for that. So like really rotten, really awful. She kind of, I think at that point she basically was sick of the studios, dropped out and started to do more interesting things. She went back to college and studied psychology.
Yeah, I'm
and,
just saying
psychotherapy.
She's now in a career in mental health.
Yeah, particularly I think working with veterans, she's interested in psychedelic therapies, which is quite, very American. But kudos to it. She is this a Hollywood actress who's normal, round-headed, mature, kind of a good person? Yeah,
it would appear so. And actually, I will say she's aged like a fine wine, really. Like, so it just goes to show, doesn't it? Like, if they get out of that Hollywood mentality, they can actually, I try to think what she'd look like if she was still in Hollywood. All the plastic and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, she
got
well
out. Done. Good on her. No, seriously, good on her. Like, obviously, if you've had those bad experiences in Hollywood, why would you want to stick? Why would you want to stick around in that sort of environment?
Indeed. She got her money. She got out. She still is interested in producing, but bog standard acting, not so much. So
fair play.
Yeah, good on her.
Fair play. We appreciate her for the work she did do, though.
Oh, of course. And Yes has corrected an absolute clanker of mine. Apologies, saying it's Aquila is not pronounced Aquia. It's not Spanish Mexican. It's Latin, so it's Aquila. Apologies, and thank you for the correction and for the $5. Yes, very much appreciated. And I do make these awful blunders, I'm afraid.
Sorry, we're English. We say everything properly. Okay.
Most managed to. I managed to make my own blunders. Yeah. I've got that bit that you were talking about. The excellent. This was really good.
This was great. It's the one thing. To be fair, I know you said, I know you sort of said, this would be quite forgettable. It'd been a while since I'd last watched it. To be fair, so it was kind of, I was re-remembering things. But one thing that definitely didn't slip the old noggin was this particular death scene. It's I remember I still remember the first time I saw that. I was just like, oh my God. And then as it sort of pans up and you just see the body fall, slump, and like the head's just stuck there in place. It's brilliant.
It's an excellent death. A really excellent, wonderfully done. I mean, you bring Stan Winston on, you're expecting high quality effects. And I don't know if this was really bad, but I think I've started to recognize Stan Winston makeup style.
Brilliant.
I can probably just say, oh yeah, that's one of his. Maybe shameful. Maybe shameful of me. But yeah, this was a solid sequence. Like none of them were really bad. I thought sort of when they were going around the house finding the various nasties. I've got a couple of them here. Thank you again, Distant Night. When they're sort of poking around the house finding various creepy things. On one level, it massively reminded me of Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
The scene where everyone's going around the basement.
Yeah.
But it also struck me as the kind of sequence that you maybe film 15 minutes of, and then you can use that to get your runtime to whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
They did seem to be going around the houses on that one a bit. I'm sounding a lot more negative of this film than I actually am. I just found it was, I don't know, it just seemed a bit light. It was very light. I'm going to say light instead of empty because I don't want to bring too many negative connotations, but I just thought part of the problem I have with it is that, your inbred cannibal hillbillies they're literally just that,
Yeah. I will say, I will say, like, I do quite appreciate the house tour, and obviously the routes that they take when they're on the run and escaping, because you do kind of get an idea as to sort of, you do kind of get an idea as to sort of who these people are in the house, and you kind of think, if loads of people are like going up this road and are going missing, like what's happening? Oh, they then just they stumble upon a graveyard full of abandoned vehicles and items. What was it he said when they were going around the house the first time? It was a nightmare garage sale or something like that. I thought that was quite funny.
It was, yeah, there's some good lines in it, definitely. It's just, I don't know, man, for the Demonizing Dixie series, like the idea of the Southerners as like super inbred is a go-to, and we've seen that in basically every one. Even Deliverance sort of moved towards a kind of genetic inferiority, whilst to our interpretation being fairly sympathetic, and really condemnatory of the metropolitan types. This one, I feel, is where we're touching that sort of back to like Eaten Alive levels of the Southerners. They be like that.
Yeah.
Like just the idea that they're just retarded inbred cannibals, and that's it. And you're just like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Is there a reason? Like,
no reason at all. Apparently, it's
that's just how they be. It's just, very very unexamined, basically.
Indeed.
Yeah, and like you get much more from, say, The Hills Have Eyes, whereas this is just very, very stripped back.
Yeah. It is kind of like YouTube Premium Light. If you get it's a stripped back version of a much deeper sort of character sort of analysis. It's okay, what do we want these people to be? Yeah, we want them to be inbred cannibals. Okay, Do we need to give them anything else? Nah, not really. We don't want any potential sympathy. You know, we don't want a good inbred cannibal that's kind of like, I don't really like these guys. I just sort of hang around with them because I've got nothing better to do. They're all going to be a-holes, basically. Yeah.
And the Hills of Ice gave you that. They had a little girl character who, you know, was deformed but wanted to love. You know, this one, no.
None of that.
Julian Richings gets a limp. That's it. Also, obligatory supernatural reference.
Yes.
Good to see Julian Richings. Yeah, I
do love it. Do love it.
Yeah,
do love it.
Well put together, and Distant Night sending in another $5. Sorry, let's try that one again. Apologies, I'm a bit dry mouthed. Distant Night sent in another $5 very gratefully received, saying, I took issue with them running to the path of the tow truck. Wouldn't you stay where they weren't? Now, I'm trying to remember at what point that was.
I think this was at the this was at the vehicle graveyard, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Desmond Harrington like goes off in one direction. He takes an arrow to the not the knee, but to the leg, and then the other chap in the sort of like yellowish shirt, he then goes off in another direction, and then the two girls, I think, and then they go back and get Desmond, and then they go to get and then they basically commandeer the tow truck.
I will say I really liked in that scene Desmond Harrington getting capped in the knee, because genuinely it sort of it elevated the threat quite a lot.
Yeah. Oh, he's talking about when they left when they actually leave the house. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But they probably want to get out. I don't know. If it was me, man, I'd be like, I kind of want to get out of this environment. You know, there's a corpse on the table. There's another one melting in a bath. Imagine the stench. And these are city folk. They can't handle that.
No, they're not down for that. Even the sauerkraut can be a bit rough for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it moves. So, yeah, I think this fits very, very well into our Demonizing Dixie for just like an unexamined kind of repeating the stereotypes version. You know, the outsiders come in, they haven't done anything wrong, they're instantly preyed upon, you know, everything's decayed. Oh, you just can't get good service here. And you don't want to stick around because inbred. Although this is the only film we've covered so far without a bit of backdoor traction. So it's got that going for it.
It's very true. That is very, very true. Although, mind you, you don't know what that couple got up to off screen, off camera.
True.
So you never know. Was she walking or running funny?
She immediately went into the guy's tow truck to nick his stuff.
That's right. Yeah.
And nothing comes of it.
She's probably looking for a bit of anusol.
Oh, rough. Oh, dear.
Yeah, that's what she thought.
Deeply subversive TCG on this family stream. So decent sequences going through. I think probably I'd say the tree section was the highlight. That was to me the most imaginative, where they jump out of the watchtower into the trees.
Yes. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, the idea of them. So, because essentially they effectively trapped themselves at that point. Once it became apparent that, you know, they were in the watchtower, it was only inevitable that they were either going to get like. They were either going to break through the bottom, and when that became apparent that wasn't going to happen, it was like, okay, what's the next best thing to do? Well, smoke them out.
Yeah, you know, it kind of drove me mad that when they saw the guys climb, they saw Julian Richings as was he Three Fingers, I think his character's name is, climbing up the ladder towards them, and it's like, you not drop something on him.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
know.
like, we'll just put that was one thing where it's like, stupid horror film.
Yeah,
Got it.
stupid horror film does.
They could
stupid
have got
horror film
one.
thing.
They could
Yeah.
have got one. Just drop something on him. It's like perfect. You can still do the smoke out thing, but just, you know, I don't know, that bit bugged me a bit. And then even though I loved the sequence because it seemed much more adventurous, and we actually got some really lovely shots around there, some impressive stuff of them up in the heights with the backgrounds, looked really good. It was very imaginative. The sort of weight of landing on the trees, you sort of felt the impact very well, and the danger of like trying to walk along really worked. Like, I'll grass her up here. Waifu jumped quite a few times in that sequence.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Now we do have to get past the fact that they managed to somehow escape via the trees whilst being like still climbing trees. They managed to escape whilst the hillbillies are at ground level, and somehow, you know, I think you can move faster on the ground than you can in the trees. So I'm not exactly sure how that works, but
Well,
you know,
see, we talk about genetics. What happened was our protagonists de-evolved into chimpanzees so that they could George of the jungle their way through the forest.
Got to be it. Got to be it. Yeah. We get to the final showdown. Oh, it worked.
You think
It's
it
all
worked?
right.
Yeah,
I thought it was all
You
right.
happy
I
with
mean,
it?
a bit risky driving a pickup truck into the house.
I bloody
when you
love
want a
that.
header, but
I
kind of worked.
bloody love that. I thought it was so class. Like setting fire to the front, sort of the front door. I love how that was just used as bait. The guys, you know, one of the hillbillies, one of the no, not hillbillies, but one of the mutant cannibal people was like, huh? Sort of closely walks up to the door, and then it's just bam, smash the guy, and then he just gets out casually and just like starts going into town. And you know, Eliza Dushku's character isn't entirely useless as well. Like, she sort of helps him out a couple of times. You know, so they do sort of work well together to get themselves out of the house. Where, then Desmond then uses the final shot that they had with the shotgun was it a shotgun or rifle? Rifle, sorry, to blow up the gas tank of the car to annihilate the house.
Yeah, I think I've got the explosion here. We like the explosion. There we go. There we go.
And also, I like for that brief second when the house explodes, like they both just get thrown back.
Yeah, they landed it. It's a good physical effect. In fact, the physicality of this film worked really well. I'm trying to remember if there was any bad CGI, but I didn't catch any.
I was thinking that actually. I didn't spot any bad CGI. Obviously, there were instances where it was used, notably the axe to the mandible, the eye through the keyhole, which I thought was an interesting choice, that they would give her a red eye for that particular shot.
It looked good.
It looked good.
Very memorable. Liked it. So yeah, no CGI, but no bad CGI.
Yeah.
Take that as a win. Yeah, so I'm sorry if the I want to try and do deep dive on this and like deep reach it, but it's very Ron Seal.
Yeah.
Who said sorry, TC, I cut you off there, mate.
No, please finish your thought.
I was just looking for the comment where someone said it's the kind of thing that you put on the TV at a Halloween party.
I think that was 70 Sue who said that. Let me just double check.
Oh, yes, there it is.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, pretty much.
Absolutely correct. It's, you know, we're unpacking it a bit because this is part of the exploring how the kind of demonization of the Southerners that Hollywood is very, very happy to do. This is one of those stereotypes you can continue to let build, but yeah, otherwise it's kind of just, I don't know. I'll go light. Light, disposable, fun, pop it on, forget about it. It's not deep. Is that fair?
I think that's very fair. Yeah.
It's just a good time film.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree. I totally agree. I like it. I like it because of its simplicity. Without having seen all of the other wrong turns, I'm pretty confident in saying that this is probably the best one. Because I don't feel like it was a film that really needed to get sequels. I don't think it was ever going to capture an audience like the Freddy franchise has or the Jason franchise has. But I think it does what it does well with the limited time that it's got. I'm interested to know about the budget if you've got like any sort of information on that.
12.9 million.
Yes, you know, like you said, it's not. Yes, it's not a huge. It wasn't a huge budget to work with, especially for, you know, what 2003 it came out.
2003. That's pretty cheap.
It's pretty tame, yeah.
Classic horror. If you make your film for $12.6 million in Canada, you can stroll out with a nice profit. You know, 20, and you take 29 million at the box office. Yeah, it's a nice profit.
There you go. There you
go.
Now,
I wouldn't say I would expect it to get 6 sequels, but
yeah,
sorry, 6 additional films in the series. But you know, here we are.
Yeah.
I feel like you get swiftly into like Hellraiser territory where you have to be quite devoted to go beyond this one, you know.
Yeah, I mean, because the thing for me again, because it's such a simple premise, it's like I feel like it's kind of like when you've seen one, once you've seen one, you've seen them all. I mean, what would they do? Would they expand on the backstory of these mutant cannibals? Like, I mean, it's the vibe I get is there is only 3 of them, so presumably they're all killed at the end of the film. Where do you really go from there? Do you do like a different location? Do you do, I don't know, like did they have neighbors who were like just as cannibalistic as them? I don't know. It felt
there's always more. Those are big woods. I'm sure you can find a few more in there.
Sure, yeah, probably. Yeah.
I'm not rushing to find out, though. I'll be honest with you. Distant Night has sent in $5. Thank you so much. Saying, I'll have you know that there's no situation on God's green earth where Dushku is not useful. Indeed. We appreciate her. She brought solid game, did exactly what was asked.
Oh, wait a minute. Apparently I missed the post-credits scene. Or I forgot. Oh my god, no! To be fair, I forgot about that. Yeah, no, sorry. No, I will stand corrected. I completely forgot about that.
Oh, classic! You got to do the sequel bit with the nice bait with the nice close up. What can I say? It's it is a very party film. It is not intended to be deep or hugely overanalyzed. But nevertheless, this disposable fare did contain some quite interesting cultural things to pick up on. So just as we have. But now, we should probably give a quick score for it, actually, at this point before we move on to the fake remake.
Oh yeah, sure, certainly. It's for me, it's a solid 8 out of 12 burgers. Plenty of ketchup. You know, we'll replace the top bun with the head of a young 20-something female. It's a solid film for me. It's simplistic. It knows what it is. It's not afraid to express itself as such, and doesn't go over the top, and isn't preachy at all.
Yeah, it knows what it is. 84 minutes in and out.
It's very important. I put that in. I put that last bit in.
Not preachy, you say.
Not preachy. Not preachy.
You matched Murgoot. Murgoot also said 8 burgers, lots of ketchup. Myself on this, I'm a little more stingy on this one. something about it that just makes it quite forgettable for me. I think I lean a bit more where Lawrence is. Like it's a real 6.5er for me. You could put it on. It's an okay watch. There's some good stuff in it. But there are many other things you could swap it out with. And when you know that many versions of The Hills Have Eyes are out there, I'd just be so much more tempted to go for them. So it's I feel harsh, but it just doesn't feel that ambitious to me. So it's a perfectly serviceable 6.5 burgers from In-N-Out Burger, because this film gets in and out.
In and out, I love that.
You love to see it. 84 minutes.
Yeah.
Respect to it. And lots of ketchup. With that said, I will now yeet.
Great stream, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to Proper Horror Show. Give it a like, subscribe, do all of that fancy stuff. Check out my channel, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much for having me.
Brutal.
Oh, wait a minute. Have we got to talk about another film?
There was one other film I seem to recall. Yeah, where's that bad boy? I have? See, I've got so many. Here we go. We're switching over. And I will say, if one of you people wants to be an absolute star and just leave a comment on the video with the timestamps for when we switch over to the films, that would be very much appreciated. You'll be doing a solid, as the Americans say.
An hour, 1 minute, 30 seconds. Make a note.
Perfect. Right. Same writer, same title, totally different movie.
Horror Show. Just before, I just want to. We've just talked about this film. Surely.
Oh, yeah. Well, the teens, mountains. Yeah, it looks pretty much. Yeah, that's got to be. I mean, how different can they be, TCG?
Well, surely not that much if it's the same writer.
Yeah, exact same writer. That's true. Wrong Turn 2021 is an interesting one. We'll give you, I think, shall we just do the plot summary so people can see?
Oh,
I mean, they are really, really going to see that this is a very, very different beast.
Yeah, so you've got 6. Okay, there are 6 people in this one. Oh God, it's very, very multi-culty in terms of the setup. You have a white dude.
You have the worst people you will ever meet.
Yeah. It's just they're just awful people. Very,
just
very
leave this.
Yeah, very, very judgmental, very, very preachy, very, very look down upon those who are different to me type people, who decide that they are going to go on a road trip and do some touring, and they stop off at this little town before they go to the Appalachia Woods.
It is indeed explicitly Appalachia.
Yeah, but it doesn't start from there. It actually starts with an older gentleman going to this town looking for his daughter. And this was 6 weeks after she had gone missing.
Yes.
And then we're taking the 6 weeks back. And then
a little teaser there. Matthew Modine recently, his star was up a bit because of Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
At the time, yeah. So yeah, he goes in. You can sort of see from the flag in the background what they're getting at, and the sheriff isn't super happy to help when he sees that she's got a black boyfriend. He's like,
he's literally like, "Who's the black guy?
Can you believe that mean sheriff?" But
he's like, "Oh, I'll have you know that black gentleman is actually my daughter's boyfriend.
It's Darius, and boy, are you going to hear what a wonderful guy Darius is."
Was it intentional to show a picture of his daughter? I presume, battered and bruised.
Huh?
What is
Oh,
this
I'm
film
sure
trying to
it's.
say?
I'm sure it's like that in the original. I just pull the screen caps.
Yeah. God damn it.
How many? How many years have you been around this channel?
Too many
Got
years
him.
now. Oh wow. I did double turn then. I was like, hang on a minute, I don't remember it looking like that. But
This
yeah,
must be the European cut of it. I don't know. Could be
with
that.
we're just instantly thrown in with, oh, okay, the sheriff is obviously racist, and then you get a bunch of like, say these people, they're just unlikable people, they're sneering at the locals. It's mostly directed through I'm terrible with names, but I'll just say the white guy, because literally there is one of every race. You've got an Asian, you've got a sort of like a Middle Eastern guy, you got a black dude, you got a white dude, you have a white girl, and you've got like I don't know, it's just a very sort of like, oh yeah, and the two dudes, the brown dude, the Asian dude, are gay.
Yeah, and those darn dirty Southerners. They don't like it. Can you believe it?
Yeah,
BCG.
I know. Yeah, I know.
I bet they are not caught up with Drag Race.
Yeah. We don't like your research round here, they probably thought to themselves.
There's like this weird. I'm sure you've heard like the horror logic, especially around Friday the 13th, about how horror acts as like this representation of our own recognition of transgression, moral transgression, and the need to rectify it, which is why like the camp counselors sneaking away for a bit of nookie are instantly murdered.
Yeah.
And it's a way of our sort of our own psyches being comforted at their moral transgression being rectified. Weirdly, in this film, like these two kiss for the first time on screen, and immediately the car crashes. That's all I could think of. Is like, what did this film mean by this?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then she's changing her tire.
And
he's like,
such a boss.
Yeah, and the guy's like, oh, you're making me feel so like insignificant right now, with a black-owned t-shirt, and she's like, oh, my dad. Apparently the black own him.
Oh right, okay. Yeah.
Since 1900 whatever, and then she's like, yeah, my dad taught me two things: to hook a fish or something like that, and to change a tire. And then the other girl's like, well, my dad taught me how to change my tampon. Like, oh God, why? Yeah. Oh, but he had his eyes closed the entire time. Yeah, I'll bet. Tell me, love, do you have daddy issues?
As I said, like, these are the most unlikable people you will ever meet.
Yeah.
But I think before we should go too much further, TCG, do you remember? You remember back when we reviewed Caitlin Cronenberg's Humane?
If it was more than a week ago, the answer's probably no.
Well, the people were a bit split on that, because they were saying, as one says at the time, it's unbelievably woke, right? And we're pointing out, like, no, this film isn't doing that genuinely. It's doing it quite satirically and ironically.
Yes.
And backstage, like, even without me saying it, you had the same take. I think this film I think it knows these people are awful.
Yeah, I would argue.
I don't think it wants you on their side at all.
Yeah, I would argue this film is less anti-Southern and more anti-woke, because the actual Southerners aren't actually really that bad. There's a bit of a twist towards the end where, the actions that the Southerners take, the Southern locals, are actually justified to actually try and protect this old guy from potentially going into the forest. And he's got his own reasons, rationale, motivations. The actual foundation isn't made up of Southerners. It's made up of like people from all over the shop. And the most insufferable people are actually the people that we're supposed to be rooting for. And it's like, well, at a stretch, I wanted one of them to survive, and she died immediately after I said that to you. And the only reason why I was like, okay, I'm on her side is because she absolutely calls out the main character's hypocrisy.
She does. Like this scene, I think like this is the key scene for this analysis, right? And I picked up a few screen caps of this. Like on your right, yes, Southern Irony, just 2 crosses. How dare you? Reference to the past. They're all talking about. They literally say, "Oh, this guy thinks says they're all inbred hillbillies around here."
Yeah,
they're bringing back they never stop talking about the Confederacy.
Yeah.
These guys don't raise that. There is a Confederate flag seen in the sheriff's office, which I thought was a bit dodge. In terms of without going into what that flag means, etc. But just when a Hollywood movie puts that in, you know it generally wants you to dislike that person, and just like this guy giving the sneer to the cross. We then get a close up on the belt buckle, which I thought I've got to read it.
What does it say? Nobody
ever R-worded a 38, aka be armed and you'll be safe. Little tacky. Less tacky than this shirt.
That's hilarious. And it's like, it's funny because it's true.
It's true. Not with that attitude.
Yeah.
He comes up and basically
he just initiates small talk, really.
He initiates small talk, but he's also like, you aren't from around here. And as we later find out, he does want people to be shooed off, basically, for their own good. But frankly, they're being a bit obnoxious.
Well, that's it. And I think
why shouldn't he want them away?
But I think again, it's great. In a way, this scene is actually really great because it kind of sets up everything else that happens in the like later on when they do eventually get into the woods. Like they misunderstand this guy so badly, and the guy doesn't actually really do anything wrong. Like I say, yeah, he recognizes them. They're not from the town. They're strangers, but he's not like he's not an arsehole to them. It's only when friggin' Johnny Knoxville Timu over here like makes some like underhanded comment that the guy's like, what'd you say?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
now you've got to stand up for yourself. Now you've got to, you've just been insulted by some friggin' like, who are these kids? So yeah, he's obviously gonna stand up for himself. And I'm like, this guy did nothing wrong. If the writers were intending me to like dislike this southerner, they're going about it completely the wrong way. But I think it's a very, very it's almost a very clever way of going, this is how wrong these characters are.
Totally.
These are people that will talk to you about how stereotyping people is bad and we should be inclusive and welcoming and open-minded.
This person.
Yeah. And then in the same breath, they will absolutely, tar people with stereotypes, negative ones. They'll just be absolutely, they will sneer and look down upon a different culture, and it's like, and they can't even see their own hypocrisy. And I'm like, these people are just they're emblematic of like now. Really, it feels more like a commentary on people who are like this, who will preach tolerance and inclusion, but then. The mouth says tolerance, inclusion, but the hands will wave away people that are different or beat down people that don't agree with them.
Oh, totally.
Great commentary, I think.
Yeah, the guy, so he's played by Tim DeZahn, who, horror fans may remember from Cabin in the Woods. He's literally kind of playing the same role, where he was like, Malachi. So he's the guy who's meant to warn the group of teenagers off, scare them and make them go away.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a dude who was holding a rifle for his Tourette's.
Oh yes, no, not the guy from Cabin Fever, the Cabin in the Woods.
That's it. Yeah, sorry.
Mixing up the cabins. So like, it's funny. Like he's doing the same role in this film, which itself seems very knowing. And I think, if people take it on face value, he does just look like the stereotype and you're meant to be against him. But I think this gives you more than enough ammo to see actually this table of people are the complete douchebags. Also, hey, Adam Loves Horror.
Adam!
Fantastic to see you catch it live. Brilliant. And like, I think an audience will be split on this key issue of when the guy's been sassed and our main woman tries to basically put him in his place. She dares to speak up, set him right. Everyone's saying, "Shh, don't talk to him. He's scary, he's scary." And she's like, he walks away saying, basically, you never worked a real job in your life.
Yeah.
She tries to get sassy to him, and it's real stand up to the man moment.
Yeah.
And I think I cannot take that scene seriously, and I don't think it was meant seriously. I think it was transparently satirical.
Oh my God,
because
100%.
I wish I could play it, but she says stuff like, after being told that they've never worked a real job in their lives, she's like, this guy's like a graphic designer, and my boyfriend is running like a non-profit for renewable energy, and it's like, they're all email jobs.
These two gay people, they own a couple of like little
they're
boutique
like
stores
boutique
or something like
bistros. It's like, the guy's absolutely right. He's wrecked his back working in the mines or being a mechanic, having to know stuff, burning himself. Look at him. He's only 25 and he looks ready to get the pension.
Yeah.
But we are presented that clap back from her straightforwardly. But I think I'm sorry, but my diverse boyfriend runs a non-profit for renewable energy, and I'm sorry, this is pure parody level.
100%.
And then the girl with the problem glasses is like, actually, you need to check your jaundice.
Yeah, and he does. He actually listens to her.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that's a nice tie back, But I'll give it. I found it a bit trite, but it did tie back. I'll allow it. But I'm sorry, I just read that scene as pure comedy. I was like, "Ooh, you know what you're doing." So when this film later kind of seems to imply that these people are the straight up villains, I love it. It was set up in this bar scene.
Yeah,
where they're complete a-holes, thinking they're righteous. They know everything, and they're going to fix the world. Oh my goodness!
I did suspect, because, like I say, this was the first watch for me, but I did sort of suspect, like, are we gonna are they gonna misunderstand what's going on here in the woods? Like, are we gonna get an instance where they fuck up and everything sort of comes back tenfold on them? And I love that I was sort of somewhat right with the suspicions, but I do take issue with the fact that this woman here actually, she does get an arrow to the head, and it's never brought up. Like, obviously, I'm sort of jumping a bit ahead here, but yeah.
When this face is like her when she's saying women need representation in serious work. When she gets that work.
Yeah.
Congrats, darling.
Also, strong independent
lorries.
Yeah, strong independent woman. And yet, when things get a little bit troublesome, she turns to her boyfriend for help. Who
she did, didn't she?
Yeah, like she chastises the heck out of him for running away. But this is the kind of man that you've bred nowadays, where they're not going to stand and protect their their woman. They're going to run and self-preserve themselves, and then he's like, "Oh, I promise I won't do it again. I won't do it again." And then, when the situation arises, he's like, "I'm going to go find some help. You lay there, don't move. I'll be back as soon as I can." Like, not that she could move because she had several, spears.
She was absolutely kebabbed. It was amazing. Yeah, this is No, Laku Taku, I am genuinely
Self-aware.
convinced this movie is self-aware.
Self-aware. I
Like,
would
this
agree.
wasn't written by a 20-year-old. This was written by a 50-year-old.
Yeah.
Who'd
Who
been around
wrote the first one?
Yeah. He knows what he's doing, I think. He's sort of like lucky to have his job. And he wrote it in very self-aware. And I think people let it slide. There's a few more moments before it all goes Pete Tong for them, where before anyone dies, like you get that moment where I really should look at the name. I'm terrible. Was it Jess? Sarah?
Who cares?
Whammon. Oh, it's Jen. It's Jen. Jen is our main girl. Not her, by the way. She, the blonde one. Sorry. Jen is out running and just sees a couple from the foundation, the cult we're going to meet later. And she's, to me, it read really patronizing. Like they're selling a bit of jewelry. And she's like, oh, how much? $10. And like, you could tell that she was feeling so good about herself.
Yeah.
Oh, like this film knows. This film knows how patronizing she's being.
I did a good thing. I gave some money to the poors.
Yeah, absolutely. She patting herself on the back the whole rest of the run.
Yeah. Big old handprint. Like
also, the scene after the bar, she's lying in bed with Darius. And he says something really interesting. Turns out Darius, he's got a dream.
This is Jen, the blonde one, right?
Jen, the blonde one, in bed with Darius. I don't have a screen cap, I'm afraid. I'll get Darius up if I can. Where is he?
Yeah.
Do I even have a Darius?
This is our
Darius.
this is our non-profit philanthropist kind of guy. Yeah.
He's about 8. He's about 8 years old, and he's running a non-profit to do.
Yeah. He listened to John Lennon's Imagine for the first time like just the week before, and just took on board everything that song says. And yeah, he's literally laying in bed and he's like, I have a dream that, I can build a world where everyone's provided for, everyone works, everyone shares, just essentially full metal jacket communism.
Basically, without saying the scary word.
Yeah. But it was literally describing communism and
totally.
When we get to it later on, I'm like, gutted, mate. You're literally living the world that you dreamed of. Like, this is a nightmare. And then it's like, oh my god, he actually likes it. What the hell? What are you doing?
I know. This is an underrated comedy.
Yeah, this world snatched your missus, mate. Repeatedly, violated her. She offered herself up to save your life, and and you get one opportunity to break free, and you're like, actually, do you know what? This system works for me. They see me. It's like, mate, do you realize what this woman's done for you to keep your eyes, ears, and mouth intact? Like, what you and you like that? Like, you think, geez, maybe the next time another, lost city blonde comes along, she'll offer herself up and ask if anyone needs a husband. I'll step in then. But mate, you are firmly stuck in the cuck chair in the corner of the room, shadow firmly looming over that seat, watching
keeping the chief spear cold.
Yeah. Watching every thrust as tears stream down your eyes, and you're saying, I love communism. This is they see me. Shut up.
Doesn't even get to stream while it goes on in the background. Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Laku.
His mum isn't even there to cook his nuggies.
Laku, yes, indeed. The guy who wrote both of these Wrong Turn movies is Alan B. McElroy, who we pointed out also wrote the Tekken movie. And
there's a Tekken movie?
There is a Tekken movie from 2009.
What?
Oh, yeah. And Halloween 4. It is a small world. But no, there are not even mutated cannibals in this movie.
No.
No, sorry, we're not going to get in. We'll head to what this has got, but it does not have mutated cannibals. And I also want to say a massive thank you to Adam Loves Horror, who is great to see live, saying, speaking of $10, sending in $10, saying he's seeing Scream 7 in an hour in the theatre. I am seeing it tomorrow, Adam, and I am far too excited about it. I don't mind saying you. So here's the money so you can go to. Wife will have to buy her own ticket because I'm poor. Well, bless you. We've got it covered.
Bless you. That's brilliant. That's a brilliant comment.
Super welcome. Thank you ever so much. And yeah, stream on Saturday. Scream 7 stream on Saturday, where I'll talk about it. Oh, Distant Night has sent in $5 saying, flashback to the writer's room. You get a generic name. You get a generic name. Everyone gets a generic name.
Big time. Big time.
Darius. Should we go through those names? Should we check this? Louise, wasn't it? Was the Latin guy.
I genuinely know none of their names. I couldn't tell you. 2021 cast.
Louise Ortiz. And the Indian chap was Gary.
Oh, shut no! Oh my god.
Gary Arman.
In my head, I was thinking Gary for a joke. Not assigning it to any specific character, but I thought it'd be funny if one of them was called Gary. Oh my god,
Gary. Garinda. And our Rosie the Riveter is Miller.
Oh, there
Miller.
You go.
Oh, and who's the butthole? Adam, I believe. Unfortunately,
Adam, that's it. Yeah.
Adam Lucas, played by I think Dylan McTee. There we
Correct.
go. So. Yes, we talked about that ironic setting up. This film is going to do a bit of the old switcheroo on you. You think it's stuffed to the gills with disgusting 2020s wokeness. You cannot take any more. Gosh darn it. But you just take a little moment. You see, like, wait, there is no way this film is serious. Absolutely not. But, and we'll see what it does with that message. As we move into the Twisteroo, our non-profit leader, our non-profit renewable energy, most generic to do good a job possible.
Cold.
Then you're in I don't think you can make it more like generic NGO, can you? Anyway, yes, he decides he knows best. He wants to take a shortcut and look at some interest. I think, he wants to take a more scenic route. They all follow him, and it all goes wrong.
It definitely goes peak.
What did they mean by this? Lawrence, don't worry. I think you probably called her Rosie the Riveter first. I mean, she is clearly designed. She's got that. She's got the problem glasses. They knew what they were doing.
Big time.
I'm
so convinced. Do you know, it'd be interesting because I'm sure Critical Drinkers probably reviewed this film. It'd be interesting to see if he went the way that we did, or if he just went with, oh, there's a few people in here and they're all bloody wokies, and Hollywood's going down the shitter with all their wokey stuff.
I would be tempted to see if he. I mean, I try not to do too many Critical Drinker bashings, but he did watch Sinners, which is basically, whites are vampires, clear out. And he was like, that was good fun. I'm like, okay, all right. I'm not sure he reads it too deeply.
No, Dissident Night. So by following this guy, they made a wrong turn.
It's true.
They did the thing.
They did. After a bit of the whole hang on, am I seeing something in the woods? I mean, there was a bit of ominousness the night before, which was kind of cool, and does play in. But far later in the movie, a very minor character who is revealed to be quite influential, implicitly, we get our first sort of big scene that we're expecting. The traps. We're all here for the traps.
Yeah.
And I found it quite a brilliant sequence.
I didn't mind it, but there's a thing that I picked up from Cinema Sins of all people.
Oh yeah,
it's a phrase called the Prometheus School of Running.
Yes.
I mean, for a start, the speed at which that giant log was coming down the hill, it should have clattered them all before they even started running.
How does it not bash into quite a few trees before it gets to
that
them?
as well? That as well. Exactly, that as well. But not only that, when they do start running, they're running in the direction that the log is traveling down in. Why do they not
Yes.
scarper off to the sides? We wouldn't have good old Gary splattered all over the Appalachia Trail if he had just ran sideways.
Yeah,
That's all he had to do.
I obviously can't show you the extreme gore, but yeah, poor Gary, that chap became a chapati.
And not only that as well, but they all just they all just take turns tripping over the most mundane objects, a bit of branch here, a little bit of slip on a leaf here. It was a bit dorkish for me, really. But I mean, the finale of it, the way it ended up, brilliant. Like, and then you see what Gary looks like afterwards, and I thought, oh, that's quite impressive work there that they've done to make that.
There's like this weird trend. I really associate it with Midsommar, but there are earlier examples of it. James Gunn's Super is a really good one, where they kind of they don't show you the impact because that's quite difficult to do, but they will show you
The aftermath.
a short shot of like the aftermath, which is
Yeah.
like really, really, really extreme. And
Yeah.
they'll just it. I don't know how to explain how it's differentiated, but it feels like a very stylized thing that comes in fairly recently. And like Midsommar did it with the smashed up faces after the people jump off the cliff. There's a few of them. It's sort of taking you out of the action of the film to just focus on the carnage.
Yeah.
Completely still. It's interesting technique.
I like it.
I love it.
I think it's great. I mean, it's kind of like the opposite of you know, like you get the initial gore, the kill, the gore of that, and then not much left, not much in terms of an aftermath. But you do, but it's inverting that, and I think that's quite cool. I don't mind that, and
They
also
often
the fact
flash
that
it for like often it's there for like maybe like half a second.
yeah, and also I think what I quite liked about this particular one was in that final sort of half a second, you know, it's effectively a first person view. Like you're the one, you the viewer are taking that log to the face phrasing.
Oh dear. Yeah, it's an impressive. I mean, logically, as you say, it doesn't really hold up. I felt the weight of it. I felt it worked. Tonight was Super the kid with the burlap sack on his head. I think you might be thinking Brightburn. Super was with Ellen Page and Rainn Wilson. Oh, and Kevin Bacon, actually, of all people.
Oh,
I really like it. Not many people talk about Super, but it was following Watchmen. You got a few movies about people trying to be ultra realistic superheroes, and that one, Rainn Wilson is borderline special needs. He's a low IQ chap who just dresses up in his superhero costume and hits people with a wrench. It's really good fun. I'm not selling it, but it's a great little movie. Very, very fun. And on the trend of like that style of like the still of the ultra gore, I'm kind of reminded like way back to Cronenberg's A History of Violence, because he talked about how he had that kind of thing in the cut that he could get in America, but I think he couldn't get in Europe, and the cuts weren't so different that he felt he should do a totally different version. But he has a little feature on the DVD where he compares what it looks like with just like those extra few seconds of the ultra gore.
Right.
Yeah. Now I wonder if it sort of started there, but yeah, it feels very stylized, very, very stylized indeed.
Huh.
After that, so in all the chaos and drama and Louise saying, I won't leave him. I'm sure you're very emotionally invested in that TCG.
Oh yeah, big time.
They get over it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Within a few scenes, they are having a joke or two.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Gary. They didn't like, especially your boyfriend. He had a good night's sleep that very night.
He did. I will say, I think this might be like genuine sloppiness. They sort of wake up in the morning and say, like, "Oh, hey, we're in a graveyard." It's like, I mean, you didn't see that?
I mean,
also, where did that tent come from?
Yeah,
I think that's massive.
Well,
where was your bag to pack that in? Like, what's going on?
all I will say is one of the gentlemen probably has a big enough pocket to fit that in.
Oh dear.
I'm
Oh,
thinking
no.
I'm thinking when Cartman smuggled a theme park into prison.
See, I thought I was bad for thinking when the tree came and smashed Gary that if only it had been rotated 90 degrees, he could have taken it.
Okay. Imagine that.
I would have thought it was Christmas.
Gary taking a huge log to the face. That
Gary wasn't redeemed.
You'd think it would. You'd think it wouldn't be very effective.
No. Oh dear. Adamless Horror sent in $5. Thank you ever so much, saying he's on his way to see Scream 7. Hopefully no scamnesia in this one to warrant a 3-hour video. How would I even make a 3-hour video these days? Well, I will find a way. I wouldn't write it off. I wouldn't write it off. It is entirely possible.
Yeah.
Appreciate you too, Adam, very much so. Thanks. I hope it's a good one. We want a good Scream film. We really do. We want it to be good.
Yeah, I'm hoping to go see it next week. But yeah, I mean, I did a 3.5-hour stream the other night. Fun. I said it around the hour and 42-minute mark. I was like, right, okay, I think I'm done for the evening. I carried on for nearly 2 hours.
That's us when we sign up.
Yeah.
We'll start the review any second.
Yeah.
All right, let's really cross our fingers. Hope it's a good one. All right, all the best, Adam. Let us know.
Yeah,
also, if you haven't voted, I'll record. Send me a message on how you think Stu is going to be in, if Stu is going to be in at all, because they did bait us in the trailer. I want to know. I want to know your prediction.
I wonder if my was it Scream 5 prediction. I think it was that I did a few years ago. I wonder if that will play out beat for beat in Scream 7. In which case, Horror Show, I need you to update the title of that video.
I will.
TCG Scream 7
TCG
prediction.
Vindicated. Vindicated.
Yeah.
Oh, in this in the tent scene, we're gonna allow it the silliness of, oh yeah, someone got in, stole all their mobile phones, and no one woke up. We'll allow that. We're skipping by that. But there was this really lovely shot, which was an absolute nightmare to catch. But I enjoyed this.
Yeah. I'm getting massive Nosferatu vibes.
Deliberately.
Yeah, which again sort of plays into the film a bit later on. How one of the women was Jen, wasn't it? Was effectively taken against her will. I know Nosferatu is more like hypnotic, I suppose.
Hypnotic,
but
yeah.
There's a comparison, I think, to be made there.
Oh, very good. Lawrence is, of course, correct that the best tent-related scene in any horror film is in Artie. What? Not Friday the 13th remake?
Hang on.
There's some pretty good stuff happens in a tent.
Not season 1, episode 2 of Supernatural's Wendigo episode?
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Shocking claim. But yeah, folks, if you haven't seen Oddity, do. Also, the director who I want to say is Damien McKeown. Apologies, I forgot that wrong. Irish director. He made Caveat and Oddity, and he has a film coming out this year. I want to say it's called Hokum, but that needs to be a must watch for you. Must watch. Oddity is brilliant. So high hopes for Hokum, although it's the first with big American involvement. So hopefully still able to keep to his vision. We very swiftly start triggering more traps after this and meet some extremely cool costumed cult members.
Hell yeah.
I mean, how good does this look? After everyone's basically tried to run away and a few more of them been caught in traps. In short, folks, they will get captured and taken to this cult's village. But just on the way there, how cool does that look?
I mean, how freaked out would you be like to see this? I mean, from, you know, again, as far as optics go, it doesn't look good for these two because they are literally like they've literally strung this guy up like a pig. Like,
it is kind of a funny bit in the trial because our people are put on trial for what occurs in the scene.
Yeah,
the lead's like, what evidence did you have that we're kidnapping him?
Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about? Like, look.
You got him hogtied, bro. Like, you don't know him. They don't know it. Come on, it's not exactly.
We were taking him to the road to dump him there for locals to find. You know, we are innocent, guys. We're innocent.
That is maybe one of the slightly comic misstep. Or like, really, you're passing that off. I love what they're trying to do, but it doesn't quite work on that, does it?
But you notice as well, like how this guy is explaining himself in the court later on, and he's speaking in. Oh no, he's not speaking English, is he? Okay.
No, they don't speak any English in this, which you kind of need for the scene to work.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, no, it holds up. I'm misremembering it because obviously, yeah, the other woman was translating. No, yeah, so I just love it. Again, it's just the confusion. Obviously, these people are completely jumping to the wrong conclusions as to what's going on. These guys are trying to explain themselves because you notice they're not attacking them. Their arms are up. They're like, you know, blah blah blah, whatever they're saying in their language, and these people are like holding weapons and, you know, threatening to kill them. And then obviously, you know, good old whatever his name is again, I can't remember. It's Adam, you know, gets up and is like, hey, they killed my girlfriend, smashing one of the heads in, and then she literally pops up out of nowhere. Yeah,
I mean, that was. I don't know how that was meant, if that was satirical, but it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I only hope it was intentionally hilarious that she just rocks up suddenly and says, sorry, had to tinkle.
Yeah. Like literally immediately. One thing that did bug me though was the disappearing, the instant disappearing of certain characters. Or like, you know, when
teleportation.
The teleportation, yeah. Like immediately afterwards, like when one of them like runs up in like snake camo gear and like the stealth camouflage and like takes Lucas and like makes absolutely no sound. And as soon as like the woman instantly, I think it's Jen, I think it is, but she instantly turns around and nowhere to be seen. Now you could sort of, I suppose you could sort of say, you know, he was might have blended in with the environment, but you know, you are wrestling a struggling homosexual man at the same time.
Taken from behind in the woods, he doesn't usually resist.
You know, the advantage surely would be in Lucas's hand at this point. Like, sorry, cult member, you put yourself at a disadvantage here. You know, the environment is yours, but the situation is his. You're screwed, mate.
Yeah, we are getting some, like, for a very modern horror, we're getting some very old school teleportation going on in this film.
It's borderline farcical. Like,
Dr. Prepper, yes, we did do the Eliza Dushku appreciation portion. We covered Wrong Turn 2003 first, I think starting about 20 minutes, and we finished at about 1 hour. So there you go. We covered her first, don't worry.
Phrasing.
Ooh-wee. And actually, you know, there is an interesting connection here. Well, sorry, we'll move it. This is the setup on the way to the camp. Basically, it's all big move to them being taken to the Foundation's extremely cool looking lair. Once again, so aesthetic. We absolutely love it. We love it. Oh, by the way, who's at the lair? This woman on the right. It's kind of interesting.
She was the one who was in the town, wasn't she?
She was. Her name is Edith.
That's it.
A striking looking woman. Does she remind you of anyone, TCG?
I don't know.
Don't worry, it would be an amazing call if you did. Like, once I say it, you might see it.
Okay.
That is... Or Dr. Prepper's on the money. Yes, that's Daisy Head. Daisy Head, the daughter of Anthony Stewart Head.
Ah, okay.
AKA Giles and Eliza Dushku's Faith's Watcher.
No
What a weird
way.
connection. What a weird connection. I found that really interesting because like she's over here starring in this movie. This was made in 2021, right? Like Anthony Stewart Head started appearing in Buffy a lot less from season 5. Well, yeah, season 5 really. Basically because he wanted to be at home with his family. He'd been away for 5 years making the show, and yeah.
Hang on. She's in. Oh my god, she's Carly D'Amato from The Inbetweeners.
Oh, I've never seen The Inbetweeners.
Oh, what on earth horror show? That's probably even worse than.
Than you in The Shining.
She's freaking Carly from The Inbetweeners.
Oh, is she like a big character or?
Yeah, she's like Simon's like potential love interest.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I
Mr.
very
GB,
much.
yeah, Mr. GB, she is your daughter. I just found it so interesting because Anthony Stewart Head goes away from Buffy basically because he's not seeing his kids. This is one of his kids.
Wow.
And now she's going over doing a bit of acting in America. Isn't that kind of crazy?
Yeah, she looks so
Don't
different.
you feel old? Don't you feel old, Mr. GB? Is she quite unrecognizable?
Wait a minute.
What do I have to look? Carly
Oh no, sorry, I'm an idiot. Oh my god. All I saw was Head. No, Emily Head is the Inbetweeners. Carly D'Amato. Daisy's her sister though. So yeah, it's another one of Anthony's kids. It is another one of Anthony's kids.
He's a busy lad, isn't he?
He's a very busy lad, and they seem to be following in his footsteps.
Looks a bit like Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah, I was going to say she looks bloody massively different, like compared to her Inbetweeners work. But turns out she didn't do Inbetweeners work. That was her sister.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Did you see what else she was in?
Go for it. Splinter Cell. She was. This is definitely Daisy Head, by the way.
Underworld Blood Wars.
Yeah, she was. She was in Doc Martin. Wrong Turn 7, apparently.
I think that will be this. That they're classing this as Wrong Turn 7.
Yeah, they are.
I'm
yeah,
afraid
that's it.
some Netflix slop.
Ugh.
And quite a bit of Brit slop.
Yeah.
Nice. Well done.
Underworld Blood Wars, Dungeons and Dragons. She was in a Dungeons and Dragons film.
Unexpected.
She plays Sophina. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I can. On her IMDb, yeah, she appears to be a witch character in that film.
Okay.
Interesting. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted by Daisy Head. Oh, imagine the kind of bullying you get if your name's Daisy Head.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So this is the crux of it. This is the crux of it, TCG. After setting up early on in the film how amazingly righteous our group of the worst people in the world are going to be.
Yeah.
They're going to change the world. You know, they're going to set everyone right. They come here and are basically told, like, Hans, are we the baddies?
Yeah.
He described the scene for chat if they did not see it. What happens here that turns the whole movie on its head?
Effectively, this turns into it. So it's a court trial. So they are on trial for the murder of one of their own. Specifically, Adam was the one who basically went full Negan on this guy's head. And they bring up people to speak and give testimony, and yeah, it doesn't go quite the way that that our protagonists, if you can call them that, went. So they talk about the incident when Adam gets dragged down by a chain. It turns out it's, they were just out hunting. These guys were just out hunting. They felt the chain go, and they just pulled what they thought was just a hunt, a kill, basically. But it turned out to be an unconscious Adam. So they decided that they would tie him up to the and carry him back down to the road so that he could be picked up by someone and taken to presumably hospital or whatever, but get him away from where they were. And them being stumbled upon by the other teenagers was simply a misunderstanding. They did nothing wrong. I'm trying to think about other bits as well. But essentially they have an answer for they have a justifiable answer for everything. And when they talk about how like they're not a sort of a mono ethnic sort of group of people. It was like 12 different families from all different walks of life essentially had came together because they could sense that America was going to fall, and when it does, the foundation will be the people who would start the new would restart the United States. And of course you could see Darius absolutely cooming in his pants at the thought of a multi-ethnic community that all works for one another and shares, because it was literally his dream. And I remember saying in the chat, he's now living his nightmare, and that didn't quite turn out the way I thought it would. But yeah. So basically, they're found guilty for murder. They try and claim it's self-defense, but obviously that doesn't work. And Adam is
absolutely wasn't, and Jennifer even just blatantly lies to them, and when she's called out, is just like, "Oh no, but my gay legal system is like it's fine," and that's just they're not having it. It's Laku Taku. Excellent point. You got there before I could. Yes, this is Tucker and Dale played much more serious. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yes, I was trying to think of the name of the film actually when I was watching this bit, because I was like, yeah, these guys are completely fudged up here, and I was trying to think, what was the name of that film? Thank you. Thank you.
It's I mean, I love the conceit. Let's be honest, it's cheating. It's cheating a little bit, because
it is.
You do have to look over the fact like a lot of those traps are there specifically to sort of keep people away. I think realistic.
Yes and no. But I mean, the biggest thing that you have to overlook is the fact that Mila, who falls into one of those traps, is taken out by one of the cult members, and it's never brought up, never mentioned. Like Jen presumably doesn't even mention it in if I remember correctly, she doesn't even mention it when she's trying to state her case. Like, hang on a minute, your guys did kill one of our own. Sure, in retaliation would be the response to that, in which case they could argue self-defense, but hold on, we were running away. Oh, wait a minute. Like, put a dilemma on the king or whatever he is. Give him a dilemma, give him something to think about. But they didn't even do that. Unfortunately, Mila, like Adam like Adam did, completely forgot about her once she was removed from the picture.
I think you've also got things like none of them mention like, well, you stole our phones. Even if you go like, oh, the traps were just accidental and sometimes they're to help hunting, but the stealing of the phones is like a clear violation of the non-aggression principle. That's the first thing that sets up like, oh, we think it's hostile. Okay. It's not brought up. Now, there is a kind of cool justification that you can say, clearly there is a character in the background. I will highlight him because he's just to the right. And from his reactions, you see he's a bit sadistic. He is clearly someone who enjoys the hunt. He clearly set the traps up and was hunting them and is pushing them towards it. So he's a bit devious. And I'll maybe be a bit of an... So that can give you some of the explanation that there is division in the Foundation between people of noble intent and a few sadists. But I'll throw something in here that I think is maybe me being a bit autistic, but this is... You expect this when you come to this channel. I think we get a bit of something that is going to be the subject of a stream, a weird little bonus stream later. And it's a failure to really empathize with these characters. Because, like, when they start talking, in order to do the really cool thing where it flips it round over whose side you're meant to be on, they do have these guys, the Foundation, kind of talk in the frame of the modern liberal audience. You know, like, they just go out of their way to say, we are all alike, of all race and creed. Like, why would you care about that? Why is that like your number one value? Like, you might as well just say, by the way, the Foundation says trans rights. Like, it wouldn't... I do not believe that would be the first thing they would think of. And I'll even throw out there slightly that they've got some... And I'm sorry for the autism. They've got some very dark members of the tribe here.
Yeah.
But, you know, if that really is not a problem and you're super chill, after this, you know, they've been going since 1859, right? I'm sorry, if you are really chill, you are into mixing.
1589.
Sorry, 1589,
Yeah.
thank you. Over that many generations, if you are genuinely chill, I'm sorry, no one out there is looking like Jaimon Honsu, they're looking like Sargon, right? I'm just saying, right? So it's just, it is a weakness of the writing that they can't write from the ethical frame of the Foundation. They can't do it. They have to say, actually, you're the real racists. We don't care about that stuff.
Yeah.
But it is very funny if like that they do have the thing of,
oh,
how can I say,
what else
where
was
it
there?
does work is that we have
sorry.
renewable energy.
I just want to expand on what you're saying because it's a very valid point. In fact, during the testimony, one of the guys, I think it's the guy you pointed out, actually, was like, "Yeah, we saw these people in the town. They looked down on us. One of them threw a glass bottle at me. You know, he was saying really hurtful things. You know, he has hate in his heart, like pretty much going down that route of hate speech. It's like, oh my god, wow."
In that case, I'm totally on board it because you point out, like, yeah, literally, they do hate these people. They totally do. Yeah, it's dissonant. Yeah, it's got a little bit of the old Murdoch to it. It's like, I don't mind that point, and I definitely don't mind the sort of later joke about, what do you mean renewable energy? We have renewable energy.
Yeah.
Like, that spikes my Uncle Ted radar so much because like, just one of the... I won't be on this long, but like one of the really unpopular points from my little Luddite platform here is like, if you want ultra green, you live like these guys. You don't add layers and layers. Like, green isn't 10,000 acres covered with Chinese-made solar panels. It's living like these guys. Sorry, I had to TED post. You can tell me to shut up and just say, bitch, you're streaming. And I'll take the loss there.
Yeah.
These guys are, in that aspect, a powerful counterpoint to what these folk claim to represent.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They're almost like the end goal, really, like realized. Which is why I was so shocked that Darius was so up for it, because it almost felt like immediately after this particular scene of events happens, so after they get the their sentencing and punishment is given, it almost feels like they forget what the purpose of the Foundation is, or what the intention was, because they then just sort of turn into generic bad guys.
Yes. Yeah. Very true. Very true. I mean, I like that they were genuinely angry with these people, but I don't know, man. I think if I were trying to write this, I think I would have them consider their land sacred, and them simply, for them, it would be fine to say, look, you trespassed on our lands.
Mm.
We have to keep your sort out. In fact, maybe a really strong argument is we have to be aggressive because if any of you get near here, we've seen what you do.
Yeah.
Like, we know your government doesn't leave us alone, so we have to make sure none of you get here, and we have to stay secret.
Yeah.
I mean, someone in the chat's already referenced Waco.
Oh God.
They don't like you. They don't like you getting away from them, from their clutches, you know. Lawrence sent £2.22 to save us from some Fed posting.
It's the wrong turn, Gromit, and it's gone wrong.
Shall I just get my avatar up a bit? It sort of goes with that, doesn't it?
Yeah. More cheese, Gromit.
Oh, brilliant. So, it doesn't entirely work, this twist, but I'm going to say it's a good scene, and the general idea is very good.
Yeah, it had potential, but yeah, I feel like the ideas just dropped immediately after the after the fact. Yeah.
For me it works. Now obviously I've read far too much Uncle Ted, right? So naturally I'm very sympathetic to the Foundation, but they do definitely go through like quite a swing in character and definitely become like generic bad guys.
Yeah.
And I find it sort of, I would have thought they maybe would have wanted to propose that Jennifer and the other guy join them, like give them the option. Because it was very canny of Jennifer to basically say, like, you want some fresh genes in here?
Yeah. Oh man, I just can't get away from that word.
Genes. Yes. Follows you everywhere, man.
Yeah. Dictating my life are the genes. Damn Liquid Snake. Anyway.
Don't you wish this guy was your boss, TCG?
Timu Carl Urban.
Yeah. Don't you want to cook elk with this guy? Look, he looks a total Chad.
Don't know. I mean, the dude does do a bit of R-wording.
Does he?
But yeah, come on. I mean, why do you think she's doing what she's doing? Please, it's self-preservation.
It was pretty sus that, you know, she says I can give children to the tribe, and he's like, "Yep,
yeah, that'll do."
But he's the one. He's the one to go there. You know.
Yeah. So yeah,
she did. It turns out that after Darius, she did manage to go back. Yeah, it's kind of dodged, but you know what? In that scene, this might be a terrible take, TCG, but I kind of felt she was leading the way. I'm not saying she was happy about it. I'm not saying it was a gold standard of consent or anything, but I felt she was trying to like prove herself.
No, to me, it felt more self-preservation than it did about anything else. I don't think it was. I don't think it was. Yeah, I don't think it was what would be a comparison? Like, was it Game of Thrones? What's the?
Is exactly what I was thinking. The Dothraki wedding in episode 1. Yeah,
yeah. I don't think it's anything like that.
But
it's not manipulation. It's not manipulation to try and get power. It's how do I stop my eyes from being burnt out, or like again getting the Negan treatment.
Yeah, in that circumstance, it's
fine.
Like,
I'm remotely hot. You can have me, but I don't want to do this.
Yeah, she is definitely trying to show how strong she is. But yeah, it's obviously not her first choice. So I probably wouldn't go R word with it, but it's not great. And I don't know. I wonder if it'd have given her a week or so.
Well, apparently we had 6. So
6, yeah. She didn't need to straight away.
Yeah, the tasteful thing is if they don't try to stab you, it's consent. You know, like hot poker in your face. So yes. Here,
Oh,
horror
and
show.
you
Do you want
provided
me,
clip material.
do you want me to tell you an R word joke?
No.
That's the spirit.
Wait. Yeah, you love to see it. You love to see it. You know who doesn't love to see it?
Oh, Darius, man, I could not believe this dude, man. This dude is so cucked. That chair literally has his arse prints like memorized now in the foam.
Can you run a Nintendo Switch on renewable energy? That's what we
I
need to
know.
know.
Yeah, I couldn't
He-
believe it. I was
Bringing the
genuinely
first
like,
Funko Pop to the tribe.
what the because I jokingly said to you in the Discord in our Discord things like he's going to be living in his hell now because this is exactly what he wants. The guy, this our Timu Carl Urban literally said his dream word for word, like that's how
Yeah.
on the nose it was. And then they get the opportunity to escape and he's like, dude, I like this place, like I ain't going. I'm happy to stay here and continue to work for the guy that was boning my girlfriend. Like literally, the guy is Negan. Not this dude, but this Timu Carl Urban is literally Negan. Like Negan had like 6 wives in the Walking Dead show. One of them happened to be the wife of one of his right hand men. Like that's how cucked,
Oof.
And this guy's like, they see me, like they, we have the same. But they bludgeoned your friend to death, burn the eyes out of another one, shot to death another with an arrow, inadvertently killed your other friend with a giant log to the face, again phrasing, and and one of them is boning your missus, and this is the kind of life that you want to live. Tell me, are you subscribed to Destiny by any chance, Darius?
Oh, I genuinely loved it though. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, TG. I genuinely loved it.
I mean, it's entirely
like Dr.
believable.
Prepper says, okay, bear in mind my extremely unusual, atypical take on Midsommar, where I think it's awesome that Danny finds genuine community in a cult. Viewers may have their own take on the matter. I thought it was awesome, and I'm like, Darius, yeah, he has got what he wanted. I like it. It's kind of subversive. Like for him, the idea of the modern world isn't what you want. You can have this, mate. This is brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, my views may not be typical. I unironically loved it. I think it may not have been intended unironically. I think it's probably intended with a certain amount of irony. And I'm just being a weirdo, but
yeah, Lakotako, yeah. They didn't have John Davidson as one of the cult members, so it's fine. And he wasn't giving out any BAFTAs.
No.
Was Darius? No BAFTAs for Darius.
You also see why you can't trust them, honestly. She was given everything. She did. There was when I was watching this, I just thought there's this. Her dad comes to rescue her.
Yeah.
And there was I think another thing that the script maybe didn't get is like the idea, the worry is the tribe, the foundation, they've taken her in and brainwashed her, right?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you sent her to college in the US.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have it ready, but we've all seen the images of like the nice regular high school girl who goes to college and then looks like Marilyn Manson. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's another one of those like weird ironies that I'm not sure they're aware of, but the group of people she came in with, they had already been brainwashed.
That's it. Yes.
With the foundation, at least it's much cheaper and it's organic.
It's organic, cheaper, renewable.
Yeah, totes. I know. I think maybe I just have I've read far too much Ted Kaczynski to have a normal take on this movie, I'm afraid.
I think the writer read too much to be fair as well. But yeah, it would have for me it would have felt a little bit better if, like, say she was genuinely brainwashed and, you know, after a few weeks, actually, yeah, this guy isn't so bad. You know, we were wrong to have murdered one of their people in cold blood, and actually, you know what, he's a nice fella, really. You know, I can give it a go. You know, probably like Beauty and the Beast style Stockholm syndrome
Absolutely.
esque. You know, if she had like less arrow to the arm and more like, actually, no, please don't hurt this man. This is my father. You know, Dad, I'm happy. I'm living my best life. You know, I'm
I
okay.
mean,
Just don't come back.
genuinely, look at her home life. I mean,
Yeah,
we don't see much of it, but you know, the dad's presumably remarried. The other two sons are kind of like comedy characters. As
yeah,
like stereotypical ungrateful Zoomers. They basically never look up from their phones.
yeah,
I'm just saying there's room for a Midsommar move here of her just saying like, no, here I've got it's nice. And like she says she was doing basically a degree in what, art history, dance, gnome movements. I don't know.
mm,
She clearly had a couple of joke degrees. If she's like, why would I go back and be 100K in debt? Well, it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh, right. Sorry, Dr. Prepper. Can I just? I actually want to rewind a little bit, right? Because
yeah, rock on, rock on.
I would have appreciated it more, and I know, like, I don't know whether you agree with this or not, but that scene where, you know, when he sort of when she goes to the house and he's there in the shadows and like she strips down, goes to the bed, I think it would have worked a little bit better, and actually, again, sort of challenged the sort of assumptions that she would have had of this community if he had turned around and gone, "What are you doing? Like, if you're going to be my wife, we're going to do this properly. Like,
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
this isn't what I'm about. Like, let's get to know each other. Let's do this properly." If it had been more like that, and then 6 weeks later you come in and like, yeah, she's fully assimilated, whatever. Um, I would have liked it if she was like, "I'm not going anywhere, Dad. You know, this guy's cool. You know, happy community and all this stuff. This is the life I want to live." And the dad can't accept it, goes back, runs into the people, runs into the locals who are out there thinking, "I've had," you know, would, and then they go back and attack and destroy the village, or like destroy the community, fully illustrating that actually, yeah, these guys aren't the bad guys. It's the people from outside breaking in.
I'd have heard that.
That for me would have, yeah.
FBI comes in and just curb stomps them. Women,
Yeah,
children.
DK, it might sound a little bit
family
gay, and I do
dogs.
agree. I do agree. But the thing is, it's in line with what you get up to the point where the court trial happens. You know, these guys that just want to be left alone. They want to do their own thing. You know, they weren't intentionally hurting. You know, there was no intent or malice of hurting the teenagers. This was a huge misunderstanding because of their own misconceptions and prejudgments and yada yada yada. And then it goes forward to the logical conclusion. My daughter can't possibly be happy here. These people are backwards. They don't have electricity. They don't have flushing toilets. They don't have solar panels and renewable energy. Why aren't they living like communists? Oh, wait a minute, they are. Damn those communists. And then they go, you know, and he can't accept it, and he inadvertently ends up killing his daughter, let's say. Or, you know, it's.
I would have preferred that.
Yeah, it would have, and it would have continued the idea that this community was actually, yeah, just you know, a community that just wanted to live by their own rules and not be interfered with, almost North Sentinel-esque.
I mean,
But yeah, like I say,
there was,
they forget that. They forget that just so that you can have the escape scenes and zombie-esque blind cannibals and someone who says, "I can smell your juice from here."
clip it.
Ah,
But yeah, so I'm kind of torn on this. I try not to comment too much on American stuff because obviously I know nothing about British history. So American history I'm even worse. But it's kind of an interesting idea that these guys went away to protect themselves from the apocalypse of the Civil War, and it's like, in a way, weren't they right? I mean, didn't Civil War, you can make a case kind of destroyed the idea of America and sort of started the foundations for basically the steamrollering into managerialism. Debate that amongst yourselves, folks, but basically the foundation did nothing wrong. But there's also another inconsistency, or you could call it inconsistency, is we do get the switch into they become straightforward bad guys, but in amidst that, it's kind of, sorry, I'll take another shot at this. We've got one version of them which is kind of like very noble, very Uncle Ted build, out in the woods doing their own thing, good stuff, return to the land, love to see it. But you do get glimpses that even there, you're not going to stop yourself getting a couple of bad eggs. Like you got the one guy who basically clearly enjoys setting off the traps on people. We run into this random guy when Jenna and her dad are trying to escape. And it's a really short scene, but it tells you a heck of a lot. Like, this is a moment of very pure horror in a film that is otherwise kind of light on it. Like, what's happening here is this guy has got on and is dragging out by a rope a woman who's been punished to darkness. So that's their perma prison. They're blinded. They just stay there. Food gets chucked in. They have to find it, basically. It's pure hell. This guy in the middle of the night is gone to bind her hands and take her out. What do you think he's doing with this basically defenseless woman who really doesn't have any rights? What do you reckon is going to go on there?
My guess is he's going to read her a bedtime story and make sure that her clothes are changed into something a little bit more fitting for the darkness, as in, maybe a dressing gown, or, maybe he was going to make her a hot chocolate.
I really hope he was taking her out to get her hot chocolate, but I think the film found a way to show us something that, like, there is no ideal society. Like, there's always going to be some kind of abuses. And I thought just this one really unsettled me. It was so creepy, but someone had a little think about what might happen there. And I think it's, it feels kind of like horribly depressing, but also honest that there would be these kind of abuses.
Of course.
Yeah. So that was just, I thought I had to get that in. Otherwise, what do you think of the escape from the Foundation?
I mean, it was all right.
Yeah. Visually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Big man with a big scythe and the fire.
Yeah. But
that was done for the trailers, wasn't it?
Yeah, but you get the blatantly, but you get these guys, and the one in the middle is quite key because he appears in a couple of scenes before, one of which most notably is as Jen's dad is actually walking back to, I think, the hotel or his car. He and his friends basically ambush him and give him a severe beating. Initially, it's sort of suggested that he's asking too many questions, and you kind of think, are these people protecting the locals? And then you find out later on, it's like, no. It was like, look, 6 years ago, my nephew, I think he said, went up into the woods and never came back. The beating that I gave you was more to scare you away because I didn't want you to go into the woods and essentially like never come back as well. It's not about protecting these people. It's about protecting the people who are looking for loved ones. And then he's like, but we've had enough now, so let's gun them all down. And that works about as well as you can imagine.
Yeah, they get away, but
after a treat almost instantly.
Anyway, and then that's one of our sort of 3 endings to the film. Like, in one way, just like them all submitting to the Foundation is plenty. But then we have the escape ending, and then we have a follow-on ending.
We do.
And then there's a follow-on ending to that.
Yes. I was real pissed off when they did that, when they faked out the fight scene at the very end. Although I'm thinking, dude, that's the mother of your child that you're throwing into a fucking unit, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll keep you alive until the baby's born. Okay, yeah, but I don't think the baby's going to make it past the day if you keep doing that.
Way too brutal on it.
Yeah. Again, just forgets. Fucking hypocrites. Yeah.
It's a cool fight fake out, you know.
Yeah,
However,
yeah, and I suppose it, you know, again, it sort of it sort of challenges that sort of strong, independent woman type. Like she you know, she tries to play the scenario out in her head as, what if I just go balls to the wall and fight? And then she's like, nah, it's not going to work in my favor.
yeah. But I mean, before that, I just love this vision that she abandoned her, you know, history of dance PhD and just comes to work with her dad.
Yeah.
She took something wholesome from the tribe and incorporated it. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. But yeah, as we say, there are about 4 endings to this film, including one
which was just so like, don't get me wrong,
how
like,
did they get here?
It's cool, but yeah, like, don't tell me that these people have the resources and ability to track down these people, unless hold on, unless Darius got them solar panels and installed.
Darius is up, drink, you know, like swig and hooch, you know what? F them bees.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you some directions.
I'm gonna connect you to Starlink.
Actually, genuinely, Darius is probably how they got there.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, actually, yeah.
I might give it. I think it probably was bitter Darius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might. I'm gonna.
Well,
okay.
yeah,
I allow it now. It's not totally improbable.
Yeah, I agree. There is logic. They don't need GPS or bloody Wi-Fi. They just needed Darius. Yeah. Okay. That would explain it.
Nice. Yeah, you can imagine the leader being like, "Yeah, she probably is pregnant with me," and Darius is like, "Yeah, don't give me too many details about that."
Yeah. So basically, what I did was,
you know, I had 6 weeks of like constantly tapping that ass. So, you know, Darius, I think there's a pretty good shot. Darius like, Can I get out the chair now? You know,
no.
Eventually, you know, if the leader's saying, "Yeah, I want to go back and check if I've actually got a kid in her," then Darius probably is gonna say, "Yeah, no."
Yeah, especially if he's completely loyal to the cause.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that's not a plot hole now.
No,
However,
I think it fixes itself.
Yeah. However, yeah, we get that. We get a fight fake out, which is a bit disappointing, and then a real sort of she goes back with them.
Yeah.
And a boy here who is credited as something really weird, like what the heck is it? Venable.
That's it.
Bill Sage as Venable. The Timu Carl Urban, as you said, TCG.
Yeah.
He's brought 3 adults with him.
Yeah.
And somehow Jennifer, after 6 weeks there, is able to take them all out in hand to hand.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of the old Mary Sue, eh? A little bit.
Is this the fake out bit you're talking about?
Oh no, afterwards, like the fake out's one thing, it's kind of quite cool. But it's after that, the real one where she goes away in the van. We see that he's brought 3 adults with him, as well as Ruthie. And she takes them all out. Yes, tasteful thickness. Oh my god, she's Jason Bourne. Absolutely. Yeah.
Did I seriously miss that? What the hell?
Yeah, there's three adult members of the foundation are standing outside the mobile home.
Yeah.
So she's taken 4 of them out, and then when it crashes, she hops out, stabs 2 of them to death. She leveled up pretty fast since leaving.
No, wait. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, okay. Bloody hell, I missed that. I actually legitimately missed that. I turned it off as soon as she got in the bloody thing.
Oh my god! Oh, you only saw 3 of the endings. You missed the 4th secret ending.
I'm just watching it now very quickly. Okay. So when it said wrong turn, the caption came up. I turned it off.
Oh no! I mean, I totally get it, but yeah, it follows on a few seconds after.
Okay, so that actually then goes against what I was saying then, because if anything, she's essentially assessed the situation and gone, right, if I attack this guy now, there's a real possibility that he's gonna take out my half brothers and my stepmom. So what I'll do is I'll play the submissive role for a moment, and then strike when I have the opportunity. That's brilliant. It's funny. Oh, but there you go.
Yeah,
Oh, that must be Venable that she was going into town and she lobbed a knife as well.
Yeah, she's got big skills. Very big skills.
Yeah.
You love to see it, but
there you
clearly,
go. Okay.
clearly the old four endings isn't what we expected.
Right. Okay. I stand very corrected then. Okay. That's brilliant. And then she just takes the kid as well.
Yeah. Her and Ruthie, bless. Ruthie, very, easily attached, I guess you could say.
Yeah. I would say like maybe just, she's just left an absolute bloodbath there. Maybe worth calling the old Bill and calling the old Bill and saying, yeah, there's a few dead bodies. They tried kidnapping me.
Don't think she's keeping Ruthie. Like, it's sort of presented as a happy ending, but when that massive set of murders is investigated.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is now she's in her system, in her environment, her judicial system should back her up, as opposed to the old cult and their judicial system.
I think, unfortunately, what do they say? The process is the punishment, like being tried by a current jury. It's like, oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm simplifying it massively, but
Well, that does bring us to the end of Wrong Turn. I'm sort of inevitably covering 2 films. We're running a little long here.
Two films with that 6 different endings.
Yeah. By the way, this one, made for basically the same budget. They had $100,000 extra.
You're joking.
And how good does this movie look?
It looks all right. Yeah,
it looks amazing. I thought
more sets.
I wouldn't have thought it was that cheap, to be honest. I caught one set being reused, but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, I thought okay. Yeah, I thought it would have had a bigger budget. So, hang on? When you say the budget's the same, are you adjusting for inflation, or was it literally like 12 million or whatever?
Oh, okay. No, I'm not adjusting for inflation.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if anything,
cheaper.
It's technically a lower budget, because the money wouldn't have gone as far. Yeah. Not bad.
Impressive. One guy, 2 unbelievably different films. That is a range. That is quite a range. Should this have just been called The Foundation?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Confusing. It's like, why? I don't think Wrong Turn had that big a cachet that they wanted to sort of hop on that train,
Yeah, but they it's kind of like Snow White and replacing actual Dorse with CGI. I feel like do we know if they abandoned the sort of redneck inbred hillbilly trope because they didn't want to come across as like ableist or something?
Well, I would like to feel that the writer of the original is maybe just thinking, actually, it's long past time to reevaluate that. 6 straight films in, he's maybe thinking, no, it's time to deconstruct it, do something very different. And this clearly tries to flip that on its head, where it is the regular Americans that are the morally unsupportable force. I mean, because it's a standard movie, they do have to sort of go a bit default at the end and try and give you put you back on their side. But I would suggest there is quite a bit of countercultural messaging in here.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree. It does sort of revert to type, sort of like for the sort of from the third act, I would say onwards. But yeah, the first two, there's overly woke characters. They're intentionally designed to piss you off and not make you want to root for them.
Let's just get this up again.
Yeah, again, these are literally people that just don't understand how hypocritical their own worldview is when when you analyze it as an outsider looking in, and you're seeing that these people are behaving in exactly the same way that they criticize others for, but just the target's different.
Oh yeah.
It's it is to me more of a criticism of them than it is a way of saying, no, these people are good people because they have boutiques, and one of them thinks a few solar panels and John Lennon's Imagine will fix all the world's problems. These are the people that you need to follow.
Yeah.
And root for. Nah, he's counter signaling.
Totally. Does that mean you're going to give it a massive increase in the number of burgers compared to
No, it's less, man. It's less. Like, to be fair, I would probably give it about a 6. It's watchable. And in terms of the story, it's more complex than what the original Wrong Turn is. But I don't really think that serves it too well, because I would have liked the foundation characters to be more, to have been consistent. I would have liked, if it's going to do an inversion, I would have liked it to be full pelt like inversion. Actually, yeah, these guys are just people that are misunderstood, don't want to be, don't want to interact with the outside world because of their beliefs, that they think that the culture in America as it stands is rotten to the core, and it's eventually going to fail, and these people will rise up. So they're just sort of excluding themselves from society and building from within for when the time comes. And they've been unjustly attacked and tarnished by a bunch of outsiders that don't know their arse from Adam. And then at the very end, whatever, they serve justice on these teenagers for killing one of their own. These, the surviving ones, Darius, Jen, are actually on board with it. They're actually, they think, oh my God, I'm going to get R-worded every night. But actually, no, he's quite a respectful gentleman, if you will. He is everything in a progressive mind that they would want to be. And so, yeah, they both buy into the system. Dad finds the daughter, is happy to find her, but now she's got daddy issues. She doesn't want to come home. He doesn't, he thinks it's Stockholm syndrome, yada, yada, yada. And then they just go in and completely burn the place down. Bad guys are the people outside looking in, as opposed to the people inside looking out. But this isn't really a Wrong Turn film. They could have, like you said, call it The Foundation. It's not really Wrong Turn.
But only 6. I mean, I like your adjustments to it. I'd have given that even more, but
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, again, but it's just because they drop the act. It's because they drop the act, and it's just, oh yeah, no, actually, no, they don't commit to it. Yeah, exactly. So as far as I'm concerned, it's like, well, okay, if you committed to it, I probably would have scored higher. But yeah, for some reason, we really have to root for the good guys who actually are just assholes, and I'm not down with that.
Alas, a strong swing and then a last-minute miss.
Yeah,
alas,
basically
6 it is. Oh dear. Well, we're going to be inverted here. We're going to be inverted. So you were an 8 on the first one, a 6 on this. I was a 6.5 on the first one. This, I think, has it's these little counter readings where you can't take the surface value that intrigue me. That's the sort of stuff that gets my brain busy. So, also, yes, obviously, my weird little Kaczynskiite reading on things, fair. That biases me towards this film. For that reason, I'm pushing it up more into the. It's not perfect. It's flawed. I feel it definitely gets into the 8s.
Okay.
You know that, like, these people are horrible and insufferable. Insufferable. You spend far too much time with them, and on the rewatch, you don't have as much time in the foundation as I'd hope.
Yeah,
and I think that is capping it. And probably the biggest problem is it just doesn't commit to the bit. It could have really committed to that and done something easy. Basically been the dark, serious version of Tucker and Dale versus Evil that we wanted.
Yeah.
For that reason, it's very capped. I think it takes its 8 burgers with very impressive ketchup and slightly deconstructed burger so you can see all the mince inside.
Lovely jubbly.
It can take that and it can be very grateful for it. Yeah, should have just stuck to the premise. So it's an attempted break from standard Hollywood screenwriting and worldview, but it I'm sorry, the writer's a boomer. Well, probably Gen X, but he just can't make the leap. He can't get over there, and therefore it doesn't quite commit, but it's very interesting. So for that reason, I think a nice 8 burgers. So we're inverted on this one.
Very
and in these goings down has sent $5 in. Very much appreciated, sir. Thank you. The Wrong Turn with Doug Bradley. Oh, Hellraiser himself. Sorry, Pinhead himself had a nasty eye gouging scene at the end. Don't know why. That's all I remember from films. Yeah, sometimes it is like that. The big thing we said about Wrong Turn 2003, or what I said, was it's well done. It's just very forgettable. Do be like that. Well, thank you very much. We've overrun a little bit. We had a lot to cover, and particularly the modern, the remake and fake remake of Wrong Turn really got my noggin jogging. So.
The refake. Call it a refake.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Refake. Excellent. But yeah, I hope people enjoyed it. TCG. This was a fun one. Once we're digging into this, I loved it.
Yeah, I know. I really enjoyed this one. Thanks for having me on again. And chat, as always, very generous and very, very kind and very, very knowledgeable as well, as always. And go and subscribe to TCG's Gaming Emporium. Do it.
Absolutely.
And do it now.
Pop the link. Pop the link in. And we'll do it.
Oh, look at that. I think it's still there.
I
think it's the last thing I copied and saved. Copied and pasted.
There you go. Brilliant.
You go.
Yes. Go. Subscribe to TCG's Gaming Emporium and join him for the next Metal Gear Solid game.
Tomorrow, Metal Gear Solid 2. We start that. I think we'll be starting in the tanker. There's a tank. Yeah.
Lovely.
Good. It's lots of fun.
Now we covered the Wrong Turn movies. I meant to do the horror homework. I'll be honest, I don't know what we're doing next. I think people have voted. I put the poll out to the members. Last time I looked, obscure 1970s oddities was winning. So I will check and I will announce as soon as possible, but I'm pretty certain obscure 1970s horror oddities won. So we're going to go incredibly niche for March. So look forward to that. I will announce that. You can see it and you have time to get the horror homework done, because some of these movies might be a little harder to track down. But before all of that, there'll be a bonus stream on Saturday when I see Scream 7, because favourite series. So I will see you there for that. You have had your reviews of Wrong Turn 2003 and Wrong Turn 2021. You have got your instruction to go and subscribe to TCG's Gaming Emporium, and you have a rough indication of what horror homework is going to be. more importantly, I hope you got a lovely Friday coming up and a fantastic weekend after that. Thank you very much. Thank you for your generosity. And, well, have a good weekend. Thanks, y'all. Cheers.
Murgoot, if you hear this, leave Will Stancil alone for just enough time to come on next week.
Let him get his breath back.
We miss you. Come back.
We do miss you, Murgoot.
Come back. Do.